everyone knows what we were talking about. I'm very glad about that. Well, I wanted to
which mascot for McDonald's would you have sex with first?
I think Grimace would be the most like physically
He'd be the most appreciative.
tolerable.
He'd be the most appreciative too.
It's absolutely
some really
right?
dark shit.
I like to think that I'm very glad that none of us have said Ronald McDonald because we all understand
No,
that he's
never.
an eldritch abomination.
Oh,
I hate clowns. Fuck
I'm
that.
gonna go with what is it, Mayor McCheeseburger or something? Like the mayor with the cheeseburger head.
Mayor McCheese is like you
It's
got a
gotta be
lot.
loaded.
You got a lot of room to maneuver with Mayor McCheese. Can we play Dungeons and Dragons, please?
Does Mayor McCheese smell rancid after a while?
I feel like all of them do. Like they work in a fucking McDonald's.
It's like fucking. Have you ever heard the song "Incredibad" by the Lonely Island?
Yes.
Which is about like 3 14-year-olds having sex with a alien at the same time. So I just like to think with Mayor McCheese, it's like 1 in the front and 2 in the back. Got it locked up like a Chinese finger trap. It's. I want to die. I don't want to play D&D
I'm really
anymore.
glad I've never been a 14-year-old boy. That just doesn't sound fun.
It's not great. It's not fantastic.
Well, it's not gay unless you look each other in the eyes.
Of course not. It's not gay if your feet don't touch. Oh my god. So where we last left off. Oh god. So I'm introducing a new thing that I'm gonna be trying here today. Okay. Just get it out of your system, boys. It's fine. I finished my entire coffee during this bullshit. I just want y'all to know. Anyway, so we're trying a new thing here where, because we can't use Roll20 because of Isaac's ex-wife,
Damn, call out.
no, I'll do it. Fuck yeah. I'll blame literally everything on Isaac's ex-wife. But anyway, so what we're going to be doing is I have procured maps of all the floors of Forge of Fury. Luckily, this is the free adventure on D&D Beyond right now, so like you can get all the assets pretty much for free right now. It's super high quality. So I have them open on a photo editor, and I created a new layer that is like full of white, and I erase the white as y'all explore. So if you look at the progress maps channel in the Discord, you'll see what you've explored so far. At any point in time, you can ask me, hey, can you give me an update on the map? And I'll be like, yeah, sure. And you give me like 2 minutes, and I'll update the map for you. Is that cool for everybody?
Do you see the section of map kind of like between 3 and 6 and 5? That looks like some sort of like eldritch abomination chicken monster you'd see in like fucking.
It does
Light
kind
in
of
the
look like a
Bucket.
thing, doesn't it? But no, it's just the section of cave. That's all.
Hey Tyler,
Yeah,
can you update the map?
yeah. All right, it's updated.
Thanks.
Tyler,
So
you
anyway.
did it, man.
So anyway, last where we left off, you guys faced off against an Eye of Groomsh, and you guys did a very good job. You guys looted the place, you disposed of all of her sturges, and it was super fucking rad. You guys had a great time doing it. That leaves us in the same room. I do believe you guys took a short rest, but not a long rest. You can expend hit dice if you wish. But that being said, you guys did
Spend
that.
hit dice as in healing?
Yes, so we never really did a lot of short rests with Liam, but basically you have 4d10, which is like the same stuff you roll for your HP. And you can just basically, whenever you take a short rest, you can roll as many of those as you want as like an expendable resource. So you'll be like, I'll roll 2d10, you get that much HP back, plus your con mod.
And then you're like, oh no, it's not enough. Then you can choose to roll another one.
Right,
But also you only recover so many hit dice per long rest too.
Well, I thought you
So,
get
like,
all of them back.
I thought it was. I thought you.
I think it's up to half.
Really? I thought you get all your hit dice back whenever you take a long rest.
I think you can only expend up to half your hit dice on a long rest.
I don't
Sorry.
remember the difference between long rest and short rest. All I know is I'll be rolling some stuff because, yeah.
Yeah, generally speaking, it's fine. Just you can spend some of those hit die to get your HP back on short rests. Long rests are only important if you're like a wizard. It's fine. So
Now, I can't remember. Do sorcerers that get their spells back on a short rest?
no, they get it back on a long rest. Warlock is the only one that gets back on short rest. Wizard gets some, but it's like you have to like spend a resource for it.
Oh, hey, you know what? Yeah, so I get my warlock spell I spent last time.
Correct.
back.
So I don't want to dig out a D10. Can I just roll a D12? Does that how that works?
No, Isaac, that's not how it works.
Alright, I expended 2. I'm now at 39 health.
There you go. Also,
It was really sad. The first one that I rolled was a 1.
Did
and
you
I
add-
was like,
did you add
Yeah,
your? Okay.
I added Constitution at the end of it. I only add it once.
No, you add it for each one you roll.
Okay, so then I'm at 41 because I only added it once.
Yep.
But either way, I rolled a 1 on my first one and was just like, oh,
Alrighty.
sad.
So I remember you guys did look at the treasure. So with your superior elven eyes, Morven, you do see that there is another secret exit to the north of this room. And it's just like it's a faint outline of movable stone on the wall that goes north. Alternatively, you guys could backtrack back to the west and try the ways to the north in that large chamber up there. What do you guys do?
I mean, fuck it. Let's check out that hidden wall.
Okay.
What hidden wall?
That one.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So it takes like some padding around, but you're able to like move the stone aside. So let's see. You guys enter a very large room. The ceiling soars 30 feet in the center of this impressive chamber, and the walls are carved with images of dwarves at their forges. 2 large stone doors exit to the north and the south, the one that you just came from. Several old skeletons lie scattered near the northern door. A gate of wrought iron stands in the western wall. In the center of the floor, a natural rift descends sharply. Dozens of natural stone steps lead down into the darkness. You can hear the distant sound of running water and a curious buzzing coming from below.
Buzzing like bee buzzing, or like buzzing like
Mosquito buzzing.
Okay. It's the murder hornet.
Oh god. That is a thing that came up in between
Too
the time.
topical.
Yeah, too topical. Jesus.
It's only kind of topical because they only found like some of them, man. Like,
Yeah, like at this point I'm just pretending they don't exist. It's fine.
Hey man.
Look,
Unless you believe the people that think it's all a hoax, and like we've had murder hornets for like 12 years.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, you've got the door to the north with a bunch of skeletons around it. You got a wrought iron gate to the west. Excuse me. And you also have a giant natural staircase in the center of this room.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like checking out that gate first. I bet between fucking Nenny and myself, I bet we could get that thing open.
just force it, yeah.
So you approach the wrought iron gate, and it turns out that you're on the inside of where it's leading to, so there is a lever to open it.
Well, I was right. We could get it open. Let's pull that lever.
All right.
Oh, lever, crunk.
It opens very easily and leads to an area to the west. And as you enter this room to the west, you realize that you've been here before. It is the big, like, 3-cornered room above 7.
Oh, okay.
Neat.
So
Well, at least it's open now.
that leaves you guys have the option to either check out more of the stuff, or well, yeah, you can go northwest, or you can check out the door or the stairs in the grand staircase. I will update the map for you.
I feel like there might be a trap or something dangerous over by the skeletons.
I generally think it's a good idea to not touch the bones.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna be like, Jenny, why don't you go check out those bones for us?
bones.
Yeah, but like, aren't you curious about whose bones they are?
I don't know anybody by their skeleton.
So are these staircases going down towards the buzzing or up?
It's going down towards the buzzing. It descends into like a dark cavern.
Okay. I mean, so the skeletons are by the door or in the room?
They're by the door. They're like on the outside, kind of in like a circle.
How many skeletons are there?
That's a good question. Let me see here. There.
Tyler pulls out the encounter sheet to make sure.
No, it doesn't give a specific number. But it's I'll say like 4 skeletons. The door that they are all around has the impression of a like an angry dwarf. Like the door is just carved to look like an angry dwarf, and on each side of the door that you see with your perception, your amazing perception, you see 3 little circles in the wall on each side of the door.
That dwarf looks
Circles that are etched or circles that are indented?
It's like
Does it look like something would go in the circles, or that the circles are marked?
oh no. They are like holes in the wall with like,
Okay.
and they're ringed by metal.
Gotcha.
Also, as you approach the door, you do notice that there are a bunch of rusted axe heads near the skeletons. Rusted axe heads with no halves, so like no wooden bits. And the skeletons do appear to show signs of severe scorching.
Oh.
Yeah, that looks like there's a trap or something. I mean, that dwarf
Yeah,
looks angry.
the skeletons aren't the problem here. It's the bunch of fire that's going to come out when we try to open this door.
I don't feel like
Is there
it's gonna be-
something? Is there something that we could throw over there to try to trigger the trap?
I mean, we could throw any, but that doesn't sound safe.
I have a hand axe I could just throw in that direction. I'm not
Okay.
throwing myself.
So wait, how is the door? Is it a push door, pull door? Is it an open doorway? Like, give me the status on that door?
There are visible hinges, and it looks like it looks like it's a double door that opens up inward, like, you know, like the creases in the middle. So it looks like you would push it open.
Okay.
But I can see the hinges. That would mean that I usually get to pull it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, wow. Yeah, that is how doors work, isn't it? So yeah, it looks like you can pull it. The angry dwarf's like mustache formed the handles.
Okay. So I think that there's 2 options for this trap. One's either that it's open with a sorry, I got a text. That one is that it's pressure, like when you approach the door, and the other is that it is linked to the door itself, and when we pull it, it would go off. So, does anybody have like a long pokey thing to check for pressure plates?
I have a whip. That's about as close as I get to long pokey thing.
I got some hand axes and my war pick.
I mean, maybe we could tie
Oh,
one of your
You know what?
one of your hand axes to the end of my whip, and I could just kind of fling it out.
I have a quarterstaff.
That would be a long pokey thing.
That would be a long pokey thing, wouldn't it?
I
That's
just
fine.
take the quarterstaff out and hand it to Morgan.
Okay. And I'm gonna kind of poke around, looking for pressure plates.
So it looks like it looks like the floor plates are all solid. No, there's no give to them as you press them, indicating that you don't think there are any pressure plates at work here.
Okay. Next option. Do you think, Soldier, that your whip, it would have enough reach for you to be able to wrap around the door and pull it open without scorching everybody? Or anything else. I mean, I guess maybe we could. We
I
also
have.
How
we have
long?
rope too. I guess.
How long
I
is
have
the
a
rope?
really.
Okay.
I was gonna say I have a really high AC. I could just try to, as gently as possible, tie it around like the doorknob, and then run back while y'all pull it.
That's true. Yeah, that way we also don't have to worry about scorching / losing a whip.
Yeah. How long is your whip's reach anyway?
I think it's only like
Probably best case scenario 10 feet.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Whips are
this
really
weapon
long.
adds 5 feet to your reach.
20 feet?
Nope. This weapon adds 5 feet to your reach when you attack with
I
it.
see.
So,
I see. I was about to say, like,
Yes,
Jesus.
I like the
So
rope idea
effectively, gives me a
better
reach. Yeah, the rope sounds way better.
because if we lose the whip, that also puts us down. Like if it catches fire, that's also putting us down a weapon.
All right, so you guys are attaching a rope to it.
Hey, wait. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
Just take the rope and tie it to the door.
Oh shit!
Interesting. Yeah, the rope weighs less than 5 pounds. Make me a sleight of hand check. I think that's appropriate.
Just so the door doesn't see you.
No, it's not that. There's no.
17.
All right, yeah, you managed to tie the rope around with one spectral hand. It's very impressive, actually.
Dude, I do that. You know how you can tie like gosh, what are they? Bowl lines with one hand? I can do that.
Okay.
In
And
Boy Scouts.
how long is this? How long is this rope? It's 50 feet. Nitty?
That is the standard measurement.
Yeah, I believe it's 50 feet of a hempen rope. Okay. And so you pull on the rope? That was a question. I'm just making sure.
Yes, correct.
Okay. As you guys work together to open the door, it does take some pulling. You have the feeling that it's more than 5 pounds, and you wouldn't be able to do it with the mage hand alone. But as the door starts to swing open, you hear a stone slam to the ground on the other side of it, and all the spigots that are indented in the wall start spewing flame, like just miniature flamethrowers. And it continues to do so as you guys hold the door open, and very quickly does the rope catch on fire.
I mean, it's
But
gotta run out of fire eventually, right?
But
Like,
the-
it
but-
can't do that forever.
And the door is open, so we can see all like the stone and stuff.
Yeah. So what little you can see from where you're at, inside of it, it looks like there's a bunch of drums, like copper drums, as well as like some mechanisms and a counterweight on the inside. It kind of looks like backstage of an auditorium stage, you know, like with all the counterweights and all that shit, and a bunch of machinery on the wall.
Oh, so we can see all this.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Okay.
you can you can see it whenever the fire isn't, like, you know, covering it, but like, you know, they're like, you know, so like, you know, it's bursts of fire.
Okay. What are the like attaching, like, is it rope, chain, like what is connecting the counterweight to the door?
The counterweight, that's a good question. Let me see here. The counterweight looks like it's a sturdy, like, wire. It's like kind of like a metallic wire.
Okay. So that goes against my shoot the bow and sever that.
I feel like if it were made out of, like, rope, it wouldn't still be working after, like, all these years.
Yeah. The fire catches its own.
Speaking of
rope.
which, you guys have about 25 feet of rope left. The fire is, like, taking it out. I feel like it's already, like, been let go at this point.
Okay.
Does the
and then
door close on its own, like, weight-wise?
Slowly, but yes.
Okay, and I go and like pat out the fire like that's on the rope to kind of salvage what bit of that rope we have left.
All right. Yeah, you guys now have 25 feet of rope left.
Well, I mean, technically, we probably have closer to like, probably closer to like
It'd probably
Because
be
we
like
all probably have rope. Let's
yeah,
be real.
yeah. I feel like you only lost
Well,
like
like-
maybe 10 feet of. Let's say you have 40 feet of rope left, Ninny.
So the fire, it's going, the door, it's open. What's stopping me from just sprinting into the room?
Well, the door does
the-
close in on itself after it is like not being held open.
Yeah, but it's not all the way closed yet. What's stopping me from just like kicking a foot in, go in? Okay.
I mean,
Probably the fire.
you can make a dex check for me. Well, let me think about that. Give me a second.
Is there any sunlight?
No, you guys are underground.
So there's no holes with sunlight coming through.
No, you guys are pretty solidly underground. Let's see here.
I mean,
After the door's
if we
open,
need somebody to hold the door open, I'm fire resistant.
right,
so-
the counterweight is what is closing the door.
Yeah. But just what is stopping me from just running through?
I'd have to make. I think like the fire is still going until the door is totally closed. So you could sprint, but you'd have to like make a dex save against the fire.
I mean,
Wait
I
a
have a shield. I would be putting the shield in front of the fire. So the shield would be getting really hot, but theoretically, I would not be on fire.
I feel like you'd get at least some fire. It's the
Or-
shield. The shield goes in front of you, and you're running past the fire.
What if we just cover up the hole? Like we put the shields and stuff up against it and create the back pressure and like basically have it implode on itself.
I thought it was more than one hole.
Yeah, there's
multiple-
6
but
of
I
them.
mean, surely we could find some stuff laying around and just jam up the holes.
There is a lot of detritus in this room.
I just want to run through it and try to break the fucking wire. That's it.
Okay. All right.
Many
we-
don't
we-
got time for these complex.
Ninny,
plans.
just make me a dexterity save at advantage because you're protecting yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, BT
All right.
dubs.
I got a 21.
Okay. What was that, Isaac?
BT dubs. I will, in true Tuesday night fashion, I will be getting a phone call anytime, but it'll only be like 2 or 3 minutes. So.
Okay, just let us know. It's all good.
Yeah.
So yeah, you did a really good job. You only take 2d4 fire damage as you rush past it, and it's only 3 fire damage. But you manage to make it into this room before the door closes behind you.
I get onto the door and I go, ha ha! Oh.
So yeah, it looks like the counterweight has finished resetting the trap, and it looks like it's like connected to 2 mechanisms, one that makes the fire go and one that makes the door close itself again. I feel like Ninny.
But the question is.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I
can
feel like Ninny can't tell.
I was just gonna say break them both.
I mean, yeah, you can absolutely do that.
Yeah, can't figure it out, but door doesn't need to close by itself anymore.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to break these wires, leaving you with a door that can now be freely opened and what you assume to be a disabled fire trap. Inside of here, there is not very much in here other than the mechanisms of the trap on the wall. It's a system of pipes and stuff that connect to the 6 spouts, and they connect into these 20-gallon copper drums. And yeah, that's it. It's just the drums and the mechanisms. Looks like exclusively a fuck you room.
Alright,
Manny,
I
are
open
you
up.
okay in there?
I open up and say, "Stay back, hold on," and I open the door and I go, "This room's boring."
Oh, those copper drums in there look pretty cool.
I could probably sell them for scrap, get a lot of money, but that's not what this is about.
They are pretty big. They're like twice the size of your average office water cooler. So that is to say,
Well,
like,
we would
taller than Ninny.
we would definitely want to roll them out of here.
You'd have to like close them shut, but yes, you could.
Oh, we can come back for them later.
All right, and the door is remaining open as per your clever machinations.
Whatever he says.
So yeah, that leaves the pathway to the west if you want to check out those rooms, or you can take the stairway down. Make me a history check, Soul Rune specifically.
Okie dokie.
You'll be getting
Well,
You'll be getting a lot of these, because, you know, even though Solrun wasn't raised, like, super traditionally Dwarven, there's still, like, stuff that sticks in, like, you know, the traditional, like, you know, through the heritage and all that shit. However, the idea of basically a room that is designed to fuck over people who check it out is lost on you.
yeah.
Alright, where are we going?
What was the name of the dwarfy guy who, like, lived here and forged the super duper weapons and stuff?
Durgeddon. The people who lived here were known as Durgeddon's folk.
I gotta remark aloud that I haven't seen anything that would seem to indicate Durgeddon or his people living in here.
You're gonna remark that, or you gonna, like, are you asking me?
Oh, I'm telling the party, like, that I haven't seen anything fancy from Durgeddon or his folks yet.
Who's that?
Oh, he's this dwarven smith guy who he and his people lived here.
Not anymore.
You know, you say that, and, like, the book doesn't mention it specifically, but I feel like you guys probably should have seen Durgeddon's, like, clan mark a couple times by now. I would probably say that the copper barrels probably have, like, an old weathered out stamp on them. And Durgeddon's symbol is a flaming horseshoe.
I stand corrected. There are many.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't think about that until
No.
it was brought up. It's probably, like, they're probably all over the place.
Also, I think there was some bullshit about the ring, the dwarven ring that I have.
The dwarven ring that you have, the person that you picked it off of was one of Sharwin's traveling companions, who descended from the dwarves that lived and died here. And I was gonna say that ring also bears a flaming horseshoe. I actually didn't know what their symbol was, so I made it up. It's a flaming horseshoe now. All right. What you got for me?
I mean, are we gonna go down to the buzzing?
I mean, that's the only thing we got left right now as far as, like, places to go.
You've got buzzing down the stairs. You also have a pathway to the northwest that you haven't checked in Area 8.
True.
I'm gonna pick up a femur and throw it down the stairs.
Yeah, you successfully chuck an orc femur, and it clunk, 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 and then sploosh, as if it just fell into a pool of water.
Oh,
Sounds
lovely.
fun.
The buzzing doesn't change or anything?
No. The buzzing is more distant than the sound of rushing water. Like, you kind of have to listen into it to pick up the buzzing.
Well, I'd say we should maybe try that other path before we go down the spooky stairs.
Is everyone cool with that?
Certainly.
All right. So you guys pick it up back down Area 8. As you guys do this, the pathway leads you to a artificial... It leads from, like, a natural cave system to an artificial hallway. It looks like this hallway goes to the left and to the right. The Leftern side looks like it forks off into two directions, north and south.
I'm sorry, did you just
The
say Leftern?
The Lefterly, the left, whatever.
You know,
Leftern.
Leftern. You know, the Leftern. Anyway.
You Leftern,
At
I
that point,
Leftern,
might as just well
we
say
see.
that direction, like, Yeah, that direction.
You know, like, I put a lot of effort into DMing for you guys and, like, making sure y'all have a nice little experience. And, you know, sometimes my brain is just operating on such a level that I'm just like, you know, yeah, Leftern is totally a thing people say.
Big brain.
But, like, that's fine if you just want to, like, you know, make fun of me. I mean, that's fine, I guess.
All right.
Okay, you heard him. We have permission.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
All right, Mr. Five Guys.
Emily does not need permission to make fun of me. She does it already.
No, I do it all the time. Nothing will stop me. You know, when you're quarantined with somebody, and I've seen nothing but his face for like a couple months,
Love you too, honey.
you gotta entertain yourself.
Updated the map.
I say we take the Leftern path.
Dipshit.
My real question is,
I wish that it. All right, well, you guys already saw it.
it's left turn, right turn,
Writerly.
up turn, and down turn.
Anyway, so ignore the T that's on the fucking map because I'm an idiot. But you pick up that there's probably a deactivated trap here. But yeah, so you guys are in this hallway that I just uploaded. And yeah, you've got like a stairway that goes down. You've got a door that goes to the west, and you've got a door that goes to the east. You hear talking and like chattering down the stairway. It sounds like they are chattering in Orcish.
Does it sound especially distant, or does it sound kind of close?
It sounds pretty close.
I don't know, guys. Do we want to try to sneak up on them and get the drop on them?
I mean, the other ones haven't been too hard, so like, I'm not worried.
I ain't afraid no ghosts.
Yes, but there's no reason to rush into conflict.
What else are we doing here?
Gathering
it's just
information, I
that-
suppose.
It's just I'd rather fight them now than we start poking around in one of these rooms and then we get jumped by something else and then they hear the commotion and they come over too.
Alright, well. Gotta make a decision. How are y'all playing it?
We can go, but I don't think we rush into it. I say we take our time and approach them slowly.
Alright. Anyone who wants to go along with that can make me a stealth check.
Disadvantage, yay! 9, yay!
I got a 20.
Alright, so, Morven, Ninny, are you guys hanging back?
I got a 12.
Okay. Morven, what's your up? Oh wait, did he tell us that he needs to do his phone call? Well, it's fine.
I don't know.
It's fine because we'll figure that out later. So Ninny and Arctos, you guys are able to like basically round the corner down up the stairs because there are stairs going upwards. And you're able to like hide behind what is left of like trash and trophies from hunting, usually like stacks of skulls and bones and maybe unlit torches. And while you're doing this, Solrune, you accidentally knock down a lit brazier and just spread like hot coals across the ground. And that's when you hear some grumbling. And at the end of this room, let's see here. Short flight of stairs leads up to a large iron-bound door that has been opened. Bloodstained human skull is fixed to the center of the door by an iron spike, but again it has been opened. Beyond the door lies a small chamber covered in poorly cured animal hides and illuminated by smoking torches and bronze sconces. The smell is indescribable. I like how they indescribable.
Well, that's
a good description.
Yeah.
A monstrous creature about 10 feet in height steps forward with a massive axe in one hand. Its two huge wolves strain at chains held closely in the other hand. You think to challenge the great Ulfi? little dwarf. Vac! Thrag! At them! It drops the chains, and as the wolves spring forward, it charges at you with a roar of rage. And everyone needs to roll initiative. Morven, did you just, like, walk up, or did you ever want to make a stealth roll? Otherwise, you will be, like, known.
I'll be some stealthy boys.
Alright, roll me a stealth check.
Where is that roll? There it is. 13.
13. Okay, so you are also hidden. So far, Solrun is the only one that Ulfi knows about.
Yep.
Let me see.
Initiative is 24.
Initiative is 24. Man, I really need like a writing surface. All my little notepads are like all full. Let me see here. All right. Let's see. No. I am so out of writing space. It's hilarious. And I don't want to go and just like break quarantine to go find a fucking.
Hey Tyler, do you want a notebook that I was supposed to give to my friend Stephanie years ago as a birthday gift, but never did? It's in my room.
That's horrible. I would love it. Yeah, give me a second. I also need to find where the fuck my pen went. Wow, I was like so prepared in like the mental parts of this, but the physical. Ah, there it is. All right, yeah, I will go and get that notebook real quick.
I mean, Leftern would seem to disagree with that, but you know.
Whatever. Anyway, everyone get their initiative ready, and I will be right back. Ooh.
What do I want to cast? Do.
It's right there on my mirror underneath the, on the back of it. Yeah.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the best DM of them all?
Yeah, I was supposed to give that to my friend Steph because her nickname in the sorority was Pegasus, but has a Pegasus on it. And I just never remembered when Steph's birthday was happening that I should give it to her.
Well, now Tyler is the Pegasus.
Yeah. Because it was a thing, because Steph's nickname is Pegasus and mine was Unicorn, and then similar, but like, I did.
Okay.
Her birthday would happen to be like, Happy birthday, Steph! And I would never remember the notebook.
Guys, I have a problem. I'm on, like, candy bar number 6 tonight of the almond Snickers.
I think you have a problem there, bud.
Stop!
Great. You're
No,
going to
yeah.
get sick. You're going to
Yeah,
get
break.
sick!
Give me a break.
I also ate half pizza for dinner, so...
Oh my
it's
god!
a really, really healthy night for you.
Isaac's gonna die tonight, dude.
You're gonna wake up tomorrow and your whole body's going to be like, vegetable, please.
I mean, I have some lemonade, so there's some vitamin C.
Alright, let me get those initiatives.
I rolled a
I don't-
20.
Arctos got a 20. Ninny?
19.
Okay. Solrun, what's your initiative?
17.
Alright, not bad. Okay, so naturally, Morven is going first. Let me just write out my order here. It's gonna be Morven, then Arctos, then Ninny, then Solrun. And then everything else, we'll figure it out. So yeah, you've got a ogre. You've got an ogre with a great axe patting in his hand, and 2 dire wolves are chasing, dashing directly at Solrun. You and your other 2 companions that aren't Solrun are hidden. Spicy is also there, and I need to remember that she exists. So she'll be going later. So yeah, what do you do?
Have we lost him to the Snickers?
No, I'm thinking. Okay. I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike as a bonus action.
Okay.
Mm. I am going to go ahead and invoke it, the advantage and the extra damage if it hits.
All right. And who are you attacking?
The ogre.
Okay.
All those dice and I didn't get a single d20. What the fuck? Sorry, I'm just grabbing handfuls out of my bags until
It's
I find
cool.
a d20.
Only
There's
the
a d20.
the most important die in the game.
Okay.
I really just need to buy like a grab bag.
So that is action. 17 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay.
Ogres have garbage AC.
Okay. So, let's see, I need a d8.
This is the consequence of you not doing your traditional dice splash at the beginning of the session.
I know, I just dump them all out so I know where they're at. Like, at least then I can see. Okay. So, the d8 is... So that's 8.
Okay, nice.
And then the Zephyr Strike bonus damage. Let me see what dice we need to roll for that. I think it's another d8. Yeah, it's d8. And a force damage. And that is 6 force damage.
Okay, 6 plus 8.
And then the attack roll for my Gloomstalker is
Ambush.
a 21.
That does hit.
And the damage on that is 8 piercing.
All right. So grand total of that is 24
Oh.
total.
Plus 10 for the sharpshooter.
Ah,
sorry.
you did sharpshooter. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's why I took the advantage.
Yeah, that is definitely a more sane version of like how we were running. I think that should be how it is if it isn't, but it's fine. So that's a 34 total. Nice. All right, yeah. Now your arrow, like imbued with like wind magics, just pierces through the ogre's flimsy hide armor, and like pierces through one of his pectorals and draws a hefty amount of blood. And he was like, "Rrr." Looks very angry. Arctos.
I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast, and I'm going to use my meta magic to twin spell it.
Okay.
So I'll target each of the wolves with an Eldritch Blast.
All right, man, that must be really cool. With whenever you're so whenever you twin spell something, it double casts it no matter what.
So it has to target one thing, and it has to I think it's you expend sorcery points equal to spell's level. If it's cantrip, you expend 1 point.
So I'm really curious about how that works whenever your Eldritch Blast starts being cast twice. Because next level you start shooting 2 of them. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of
it has to only be able to target one thing.
right,
so-
but like it's 2 separate instances of targeting one thing. So that's why I'm kind of curious.
Imagine you could twin soul it twice.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess like only one of them would get twinned, but that's still like kind of cool. Anyway, yeah, roll your double attacks.
Oh, I do. Let's see here. Eldritch Blast, boo boo boo. 19.
19 does hit.
So for the first one, it's 2 damage.
Okay.
Woo!
Oh, it's actually
What is
3. I
it?
forgot. This doesn't have my arcane focus
Yes.
for some reason. And then the next one was a crit fail, so that one definitely
Damn.
misses.
Oh yeah. So like your orange and your purple beams like shoot out and fork towards the wolves. One of them like clips the wolf's hide, but the other one like literally wild magic. It just 90-degree pivots into the wall right before it hits the wolf.
Oh, I guess I did crit fail. So
Yeah.
Um.
Just roll a d20. I'm not gonna make you roll on the table itself. Not yet, anyway. We'll get there later. I feel like the DM isn't supposed to be able to make you roll directly on the table, but I just love making
I
you do
was
that
thinking
so
about
much.
using Tides of Chaos, but I won't this time.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a 4, so it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to keep your magic in check. Ninny, you've got 2 ravenous dire wolves prancing down on Solrune. You've got a angry ogre with a arrow in his chest at the end of the hallway.
Well, since the dire wolves are closer, I'm gonna run up and swing a war pick on the closest one.
Okay. They're both equidistant, so I'll say you do it on the one that's already injured.
Oodok. That's a 10.
Yeah, no, you step out of your hiding place and you try to dance over the molten coals that Solrune accidentally knocked over. You kind of like sting your feet a little bit through your shoes. Unless you're a halfling that doesn't wear shoes, that's a cultural decision, that's up to you. And this makes your swing go over the wolf.
Could say I woofed it.
Yeah, you could. Is there anything else you would like to do? Remember, you do have your action surge back because we took a short rest.
Yeah, but I don't want to use it on this.
Gotcha. Alright. And unless there's anything else, Solrune, you've got 2 angry wolves coming at you.
Cool, I'm gonna go ahead and draw both of my sickles and then not use them, as I will cast Bless on the main cast of our party.
Okay. And that's add a D4 to attack rolls or AC, right?
Not AC. Attack rolls.
Or saving throws. That's what it was. I'm playing a druid in my in another campaign that I'm in. Well, she can't cast Bless, but she gets blessed a lot, and I'm still always like fucking forgetting what it does. All right. Do you have any bonus actions?
Nope.
All right. Now for the fun part.
Or do I? Wait. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
You do. Okay.
I can cast Divine Favor on myself as well.
So whenever you I do know this is a rule. If you cast multiple spells, one of them being a bonus action, one of them does have to be a cantrip.
Oh yeah, shit, that's right. Yeah, no, I don't have any cantrips, so no.
Okay. Paladins don't get cantrips?
No.
That's well, I guess that makes sense. They're only a half caster, but still, like, wow. All right. So we're moving on to Varg and Thrak, the direwolves, the best named direwolves in all the realms.
Sounds true.
You right. Well, to be fair, Caldaga was not a direwolf. Caldaga was just a wolf. But you know, I feel like she became dire as the like. What is a dire wolf really, except a wolf that is dire? So Thrak bites at you, Solrune. And with their +5 to hit, what's your AC?
It is 16. Yeah, 16.
16. Okay, so the first wolf bites at you, but you're able to like bat it away. And the second one also fails to bite at you. Bites a little slow, a little short of your space. That brings it to Spicy. Spicy, your dear friend. So Spicy is gonna run up to you, Solrune. She's gonna cast Enhance Ability. And she gives you Bear's Endurance. So, with that being done, you have advantage on Constitution checks for an hour, or until she loses concentration. You also gain 2d6 temporary hit points, which I will roll for you now.
Yeah.
10 temporary hit points for you.
Nice.
Alrighty. So, that brings us to Ulfi. Ulfi bears his great axe, and he lumbers towards Ninny and swings at her with his axe. And that's a big old spicy meatball. Ninny's AC is 19, I know that. Yeah, so he totally whiffs. He brings his great axe down. Actually, it's pretty close. He brings his great axe down, but Ninny, you're able to sidestep it as it just splinters some of the stone tile below your feet, where your feet were. Does Ninny wear shoes? I want to know this.
I feel like it'd be silly to wear like full heavy armor and not wear shoes?
You know, halflings just be like that, but yeah. Just out of curiosity, I like establishing tiny character details. Ulfi's turn is done. So that brings us to Morven.
Okay, I am. Make sure. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Excuse me.
I need this. No, I need this tab. There. Okay. I am going to use my second level Guiding Bolt spell scroll.
Oh shit, I forgot you had that.
So, and this will be at the ogre.
All right. It's a spell attack. I think it's like
Spell attack. Yep.
yeah. So plus whiz.
Don't forget you have bless if you need it. And
Oh, yeah,
if
you
you
do.
don't.
Bless, I roll a d4 on top of it no matter what, right?
Yeah. Well, you choose to.
But I mean, you might as well.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't know why you wouldn't choose to, because it's not like a one-time thing. But
Yeah,
It'll
bless
last
is
for a minute.
crazy.
So that is 14 plus 7, so 21.
That does hit.
And this is at second level, so I get 5d6.
5d6. Okay. I love guiding bolt.
And 2 more d6. 3. 4 and 5. So that's 8, 10, 14, 19.
19 damage. All right, and he's also surrounded by a faint ghostly light as this silvery bullet hits him, giving the next attack against him advantage. Is that your turn?
Correct.
All right, Arctos.
okay, let's see here. What I want to do. How close am I to the wolves?
You're about I say like 15 feet. It's not very far.
Hmm. Let's see here. What does this do? Yeah, I guess I'm gonna run up to the one that Ninny is fighting,
All right.
and I'm gonna use Burning Hands.
Okay.
Well, I guess I don't have to move towards it because it's a 15-foot cone.
Yeah, you just have to be careful not
Is there-
to. You'd have to position yourself in a way that wouldn't hit Ninny, but it is possible. But you'd only be getting like the one wolf. Otherwise, like if you wanted to get Ulfi or the other wolf, you'd end up hitting either Soul Rune or Ninny.
Hmm. Hmm. That's
Unless you want
fine.
to put yourself in melee range, I feel like that. Yeah, I guess you could do that. You like wiggle in between them, and it'll be possible to catch all three of them and not hit Ninny or Soul Rune.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
All right. It's a dex save. What's your DC?
13.
13. Okay.
It's 14, sorry.
Okay.
It does not count my modifier for some reason.
It's cool. So Ulfi succeeds. Varg fails and Thrak fails. So both of the wolves fail, but Ulfi succeeds, so he only takes half, right?
Okay, so it's 3d6. 3d6.
Plus your Fledgethos thing, if that does anything here.
Yeah, I think.
We never gave Ninny a level 1 feat. We'll have to do that later, Em.
Oh,
It
okay.
just lets me reroll it. It does 16 damage total.
Okay, so 8 to Ulfi and 16 to the wolves. Excellent. 16. All right, is that your turn?
Yeah.
Ninny. 2 wolves and an ogre that just swung an axe at you.
I'm gonna be shifting my attention immediately to the ogre.
Okay.
Same thing, war pick right to him. 17.
17 does hit.
You also have advantage.
You do, but I mean, like, it's already been.
It
definitely
already
still
hit.
Yeah.
I mean, you might crit.
My crit.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, roll it again just in case it crits.
Okay. No, and that one got me an 18. Alright. So, that is 6 piercing damage.
And don't forget your brute force as well.
Oh yeah, the one extra 1d4 I'm gonna always forget every single time.
I'll let you know.
7
7
piercing damage.
7 total.
I'm just rolling lots of ones today.
It'd be like that sometimes. All
Feel that.
right. So that brings. Wow. Okay. Cool. Anything else from you?
No, that's all I got. Got that 7 damage right to him. And I'm gonna stand here and hope not to get the shit kicked out of me.
Soul rune.
Okay, well, I can't cast anything because I'm concentrating on Bless, but I do have sickles, so I'm going to attack the wolf that is slightly more damaged.
All right. You'll be targeting
That's-
Varg.
That is a nat 1,
All right. That does not hit.
and that is also insufficient.
Well, what do you roll? Tell me.
I rolled a 5.
Yeah, that
plus
does not
6
do it.
equals 11.
Yeah, I just wanted to check. All right.
Make
Yeah. No,
absolutely sure.
you do like a cool little spinny move. You know, like that weird dual attack you do whenever you power attack in Skyrim dual wielding. Yeah, you try to do that, but like spinning around is actually stupid in combat, and you just completely whiff it. So Varg and Thrak are gonna go back on the offensive. One of them is going to bite at Jan Ninny. Ninny, a wolf bites at you, but you're able to batter it away with your shield. Your AC is badonkers. Soul Rune does an 18 hit.
It sure do.
Alright, you will take 2d6 piercing, and I need you to roll for concentration. That's 13 piercing damage.
Concentration is maintained.
Roll a strength check as well, because dire wolves are really mean.
That is a 20.
Alright, you managed to... So, what the wolf does is it bites at you and also tries to force its weight on you to, like, knock you down, but you manage to stay on your feet as this happens.
Sorry, how much damage was that?
It was 13. 13 piercing.
My temporary hit points. Oh no.
Alright, that brings us to Spicy. Gentle, fun Spicy. Let's see. She's like, usually the blessed thing is my thing, but that's fine, go ahead. Let me see here. She is going to try doing a guiding bolt on the ogre. Just reapply the status.
It's all the rage.
She conjures a silvery bolt of magic that ripples forth through the air, but Ulfi raises his hand and bats it away. And then Ulfi raises his great axe and brings it down on the annoying tiefling that just shot fire at him and his friends.
Oh, don't do that.
Does a 17 hit?
Oh, you know it does.
I know, just double checking. He rolls 2d12 for damage.
Oh, God.
Great axes are scary. So let's see, 2d12. So he rolled minimum, then he rolled maximum. So that is 17 slashing damage total after his bonus. So, yeah, he drags his great axe across your chest. Gets a nice, gross gash upon you.
I'm looking pretty heckin' rough.
Morven.
Dude, gross gash.
Back to the elf.
Oh, hey, wait. Before we move on, can I Hellish Rebuke him?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
I constantly forget about this spell. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. Do you get that naturally as a tiefling, or are you using that as a warlock spell?
It's a warlock spell.
Okay. Because I know there's
It'd be
some.
sick
There's,
if it was natural.
No, there is a tiefling bloodline that gives you Hellish Rebuke as a natural.
The regular.
Oh yeah,
regular
it is the
tiefling.
normal tiefling, isn't it?
Well. Okay. So I need a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
Because-
Yeah, I'm guarantee you an 8 doesn't do it. So.
He takes 11 fire damage.
All right. Tell me
I'm
how.
gonna Games of like, oh, dude.
Well, just tell me how you do this. How does this whole scenario play out where you kill Ulfi after he slashes your chest open?
So I imagine he like hits me with the axe, and it kind of like digs into my shoulder, and there's just like a big fire explosion from like around me. It just like bursts forward and knocks him to the floor.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. The ogre topples and like a cloud of dust erupts as he falls to the ground. And as this happens, the wolves look kind of tentative. They look a little not frightened, but they don't look nearly as invested in fighting you guys as they were whenever the ogre was alive. That being said, Arctos, it is your turn.
Jeez, I don't know.
Oh wait, no, it's Morven. Sorry.
I am going to do that nature boy thing, and I'm gonna kind of like put my bow down and like put both hands out and go like full like Chris Pratt Jurassic World and try to like calm these wolves down.
Okay. Let me think here. Yeah, make me an animal handling check. You can do this at advantage, actually.
Okay. 17.
All right. So yeah, you even though you're not at the forefront, the wolves are like trying to outpace the group and get away. And as they do that, they notice that you're doing the thing. You're communicating in a way that like the animals know how to do. And what's your little friend's name?
Tree Fitty.
Tree Fitty,
Or
that's
just
right.
Fitty.
Yeah, Fitty also like adapts like a little right next to you, adapts like a little non-threatening pose. Maybe not like rolling over, but like, you know, he kind of like makes himself small. And as you do this, the wolves like very slowly with their tails down, like non-threateningly, start walking around the group, away from you guys. Ninny, Arctos, Solrune, do you guys do anything as the wolves make their way out?
Yell in pain?
Besides that.
I mean, I
This is
see
like
no
in tears?
Yeah, I see no reason to pursue them. They leaving.
Alright, so yeah.
Arctos, how much HP you missing?
A lot.
17, I think. Well, no, because
More than that, because I healed a little bit. If I had to give myself a ranking between 0 and 25, I'd say I'm about a 6.
yeah, and Spicy does still have a cure wound slot left. She's like, oh goodness, to stop
Well,
it.
I can just lay on hands for you.
Well,
I'll
we can work together.
for
We can
20.
work together. Spicy will heal you for a solid 9.
Sick.
Now, quit your whining. It's okay. Look at me. Are we okay?
No, I have an axe in me.
And you took it like a champ, you did.
Look at me. I am the captain now.
You see, this is like when I like broke my foot playing volleyball, like due to a stress fracture, and they're like, "Yeah, but you're doing fine. You know, it doesn't hurt at all." And I'm like, "What do you don't? Yes, it does."
You also weren't present for like a lot of how belligerent Spicy and Arctos' relationship was. It was very like.
It's a bully.
Yeah, it was outright. Well, she's not a bully. She just really likes making.
100% a bully.
I was about to say, well, if she's a bully, she basically acts like you, what Emily does to me. But then I realized, no, Emily's definitely a bully.
Look, man, just like if you walk around the shirtless in the house, every now and then I'm bound to poke your belly button. This is just gonna happen.
Look, man, I am an American, and I deserve to display my fucking dad bod to the world if I so damn please. Anyway, so now that our dirty laundry is being aired out, no, I'm kidding. So yeah.
Ooh, belly button poking, scandalous.
Yeah, no, we have a very tumultuous relationship centered around this belly button poking. Anyway, so yeah, the Great Ulfi is dead. His wolves have escaped, and you guys are left in his throne room. It does not smell fantastic in here. However, you do notice that he has two large wooden chests in the south wall. One of them is comically overflowing with silver pieces, and it looks like there's a hilt sticking out of it.
Oh, well, we should at least check it out, I guess.
It's shiny. I like it.
All right. Arctos takes the one on the left, and Ninny takes the one on the right. Arctos.
I'm also gonna search. You can go ahead.
Okay. Arctos, the one on the left contains 440 gold pieces. That's 110 for each of you. And 1,600 silver pieces, which I believe is, let me just math that out, 400 for each of you.
400 for each.
Yeah.
So what was the total?
100
plus
is
what?
basically 150 gold apiece for you.
Okay.
Ninny. The chest that you open on the right contains two potions of blue liquid, just like blue liquid potions, and also this beautiful hammer that it looks like a war hammer, but the way it's constructed is one end of it is a flat head, and the other end of it is like a pick head. So, like, you know, it looks like you could swap it around each way to either hammer something or war pick something. And it looks like it glows slightly as you bring your hand towards it.
Well, that
And then he
sounds like a
picks it up and goes, "Oh, hell, yeah."
All
That
right.
Sounds like a ranger weapon.
So let me see here. Don't be a
Also,
Warcraft hunter.
I'm gonna look on/under the throne.
You click greed.
Anyway,
Well, I click need, so
so Ninny, you acquire. It is a +1 warhammer / warpick. So basically, you can call it whatever you want. I'm just calling it like a warhammer, but it's a +1 weapon. It does 1d. It does 1d8 +1 when it hits, and you can choose to have it do piercing or bludgeoning.
You mean a handpick?
Handpick. You can call it a handpick if you want.
so it does 1d8 +1, either piercing or bludgeoning.
Yes, it does like +1 on top of your strength and your proficiency, your strength bonus. So, in your case, that will be
+6.
yes.
All right,
Sounds
who
like
else?
an Arctos weapon if I've ever heard of it.
Oh yeah, the one here who currently has a war pick.
And it
Yeah,
does.
so why are you getting greedy if you already have one?
Because I could have a better one, and you can have my shitty old one.
All right. Yeah.
So I would like to search the couch cushions of this throne.
Okay. You make a
On a
constitution.
dime.
Well, yeah, you make a Constitution save as you brave through ogre ass sweat. No, I'm kidding.
I found a pen.
So, yeah, no, it's you rummage through like underneath the poor animal furs, and they were not cured very well, so it stinks. It smells like kind of like rot. It's not pleasant. Underneath it, you don't find anything underneath the couch cushion.
Not even a remote.
Not even the remote. He doesn't have a TV in here. You don't know how he lives. You find Ulfi's bong.
Now I know how he lives.
No, it looks like most of his treasure hoard was located in those two treasure things.
Most, you say?
Yeah. You can, however, make an investigation roll for me if you would like.
Oh wow, 4.
Yeah, you find so much nothing.
Morgan, what is your passive perception say about this room?
It's a
Nothing.
room.
Nothing, but you still can make an investigation check for me. Highest intelligence in the part. No, Arctos is highest in.
Yeah, no.
I got a 10.
So smart.
10. Okay.
I only have a +1 to intelligence. It's not like
I got a 3.
This is Ninny. I just want to see what happens. Make an investigation check for me.
Okay. You're gonna be like, you see the inside of your eyelids or some shit.
I mean,
he
you know.
actually gets lost in the room.
Okay, so that's a 1, but it's not naturally. I rolled a 3, and then I have a -2.
That is awesome. All right, cool. Yeah, you guys don't find shit in here. That's hilarious.
Look, man, I haven't been rolling high today, and then I have a -2. It's just not gonna work out.
Right. Yeah, so you guys turn this place up. There's like, it's but beyond like the smell and the fact that like the animal hides just are kind of grody to go through. And you get the idea that the place might have certain corners of the room might have also been Ulfi's like toilet. You're just kind of like, this place kind of sucks.
Telling
But
you,
with
he's
those,
like,
but with those poor investigations, we don't figure it out until we're in it.
God. It turns out that the puddle that you thought was piss is actually a gelatinous cube. No.
Oh no, please.
if that happens, I am turning the opposite direction and leaving.
Ninny's good out here. But yeah, no, you guys.
Are you sure that Spicy isn't gonna search?
Yeah, you can use spicy. That's fair.
Tyler already knows how I feel about cubes. He wouldn't do that to me.
Oh, I would. I totally would. Are you fucking kidding me? It's hilarious.
Please.
Wow. Okay. So while you guys are like turning up everything around here, Ninny has the wherewithal to search underneath the throne
You mean
itself.
Spicy?
Sorry, spicy Ninny. And it's like
Spicy has no wherewithal.
So anyway, Spicy does like she does like her little gnomish tumbling where she can fit under a small space, and she's like, "Oh hey, look!" And she comes back out with a key, and it's a stone key. It's kind of like one of those Zelda boss keys where it has like horns on the face, like on the shape of it, but the face of it is a dwarven face, and on the dwarf's forehead is a burning horseshoe.
That looks like it hurts.
Hey, you go through a little bit for a tattoo, and you live with the aesthetic after a little bit of pain. You should get a tattoo, Ninny. I think one would look very good on you.
Rune, isn't that the crest that you were talking about for that house?
It is. So this might very well be important.
All right. Well, that's not what I meant to do at all. Because that's just the same map as before. All right, but that is all you guys are able to glean from this area.
I'm also gonna grab Ulfi's great axe. Is there anything super special about it, or is it just a great axe?
It is. Dwarves are considered small creatures, right?
No, we're medium.
You're medium?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Sure.
It's really heavy. It's but it's a serviceable great axe. Yeah, I mean,
Medium.
if you would like to use it, it is a standard great axe. It's kind of it's very crude, and you have the feeling that it probably wouldn't hold up to extended use, but you could probably get a couple good swings out of it.
Better than nothing. Better than what I have been using.
Oh yeah. All right. So with that being said, you guys just cleared out room 12, which is where Ulfi was. Is this helping, by the way, with like room descriptions? I feel like this is better than just completely pure theater of the mind.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys just cleaned out area 12. There's still a door to the west, a door to the east, and you can always take the stairs down into the cave if you would like.
I'm feeling that door to the west, and I'll also point out, hey, look, there's a T on the floor. I wonder what that's about.
Anyway, you see outside of God, like I really hate that I didn't notice that, but it's fine. I wish there was. I don't. So like the numbers really help me describe shit whenever I can't ping things. So I wish there was a version of the maps where they didn't have the trap indicators, but they did have the numbers. Like there's no in between. So you guys enter. You guys open this door. This chamber is filled with rough-hewn bunks, tables, chairs, and the floor is strewn with filthy pelts. At first glance, it appears that a dozen or so humanoids might use this area as sleeping quarters. However, you only see 5 of them. As you enter this room, 4 orcs and 1 large orog turn about, and they have their weapons drawn and everything, and they're looking at you. And the orog, which is essentially a taller, paler orc, turns around and points his axe at you. And he says, "Halt, small one, stand and deliver. You speak to old Yarrick. What are you doing here?"
Yes, are you the one in charge?
"No, that is the great buffoon Ulfi."
Oh.
So you're in charge now.
You got a promotion.
Well, yes, sort of good news, bad news there.
You
I'll kind of pat that great axe that I'm now holding.
You slew Ulfi.
Yes, he didn't leave us much of a choice.
We tried to reason with him.
Yarrick, kind of motions back at his boys, and they kind of all lower their axes. He says, Old Yarrick is feeling combination of generous and also not stupid. Yarrick give you this deal. You go ahead, leave Yarrick to take over the establishment, get back to raiding Yarrick's way, and we not come to blows over thing.
Well, how about you, don't raid? How about that?
Have to raid. Oh, we make our living raiding. Yarrick ain't no farmer.
But
Soren is gonna level her great axe. Now, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to insist that you're not raiding in these parts ever again.
Make an intimidation check for me. Ninny is helping, so roll at advantage.
Ninny's flexing her muscles next to you.
Yeah, do anything for you?
18.
Alright. So Yarrick is like, You make a good point. New deal. We no come to blows. You let Yarrick and his boys go on our merry old way. Not come back to Blazingdale or the surrounding area ever again.
I'll have to take you at your word for that.
Yeah, how are you gonna promise that? Because you could just say that and then you could just, do it anyway.
Well, seeing as you probably took everything that was in Ulfi's chambers, Yarrick doesn't really have many ways of collateral, so to speak. All Yarrick have is his good word.
Then I expect you to honor it.
Yarrick do his best. Come, boys, let's go north. Yarrick hears that Icewind Dale is lovely this time of year. And with that, they exit to the west of this room.
Did we just pull a Fallout New Vegas telling Lanius to just leave and he does?
Pretty much. So, yeah, you're left in this bunk room. Let's see here. You guys can take a look if you would like to. Perception. As you guys are looking around, Morven, your infallible, plot-breaking elven eyes spot a loose stone on the south wall. As you're looking around, Tree Fitty starts sniffing at it and pawing at it. I'm gonna start explaining your perception as Tree Fitty doing things, because I think that's a lot more interesting and fun and lets him get in on the action.
I'm down.
Yeah, but he finds a little loose stone.
Alright, and I go ahead and pull at it.
Okay. Yeah, you pull it out and you find a small little sack. And inside of it is 40 gold pieces and another potion of healing.
Take the potion and then throw 10 to everybody else.
So the only reason I call the blue Kool-Aid jammers just blue liquid is because Ninny doesn't know what the fuck a potion of healing is. It's a potion. It's 2 potions of healing. Ninny's just Kool-Aid, sweet.
Yeah. I'll drink it later when I'm just chilling out.
Alrighty. Yeah, so you guys have 3 blue Kool-Aid jammers now. You remember those things, man? Those things kicked ass.
Yeah, they still have them.
Delish.
You remember the ones that had the little fizzy tablets?
No, but I do remember the ones that had the invisible bottom, the transparent bottom, so you could see yourself drinking all the liquid. Yeah, I did this.
Dude, they started making those standard. Because,
Oh,
like, there was, like, fear of the inside of a lot of those packets growing mold, because some of them did. And so now they've
Mhm.
made them all clear so that people can check their drinks, and I'm like, fair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought we were talking about like bottled Kool-Aid one.
Yeah,
No,
no, I know what you're talking about, Isaac. That's a different product. Like, it came with a little tablet, right? That you like
Yeah.
cut the top off of it, and then like shove the tablet through the plastic hole, and it made it fizz or whatever.
That
Yeah, I
sounds
never had those.
awful.
My mom didn't allow me to have fun drinks as a child.
Oh, I went full 90s. Like my parents were just like, "Fuck it. If you die, you die. Eat all
Yeah.
the junk you want."
Same.
Yeah, the 2000s were very 90s for me as well. So
Like, my parents would buy me snack cakes, but they were very regulated, and drinks were very regulated. And you might think, like, oh man, they were really strict on food, but they really weren't. They just knew that if you let a, like, 6-year-old have whatever foods they want, they would absolutely OD on sugar.
mhm.
I
All right.
wasn't their first child. They knew what would happen.
I was the first child.
I was the
My
first.
parent, I got experimented on so hard.
I think
Yeah.
all of us are old. No, Brandon's a younger sibling, I think.
I am the baby.
Yeah, you're
I'm
the baby.
baby too.
Yeah, you're the baby. Emily's the baby, and then me, Josh, and Isaac are the older babies.
I'm the oldest and the oldest grandchild, so I have 2 brothers and 7 cousins. So I
Fuck
get
yeah.
the first. I got the first of everything.
I ain't got
Yeah.
shit for cousins, man. It's me and my little sister get everything from our grandparents. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm the middleest grandchild on one side and the babyest grandchild on the other.
So anyway, before we give too much about our personal lives away on a broadcasted thing,
Ooh, I'm vaguely a small sibling.
nah, I know, whatever.
My social insurance number is 32.
Anyway, it's social insurance for Canadians. I forget about
Oh
that.
no!
Whoa.
Anyway, so
My credit card number.
looking at the map right now, you guys have cleared up pretty much everything except for the door to the right at the end of that hallway. The room that's directly above 8. And then, again, there's also the stairways down.
Yeah, I feel like we need to backtrack a little bit because we're heading right back towards the entrance if we keep going west.
And if you do go through that western door, you do notice that it actually goes out to the ledge that the orcs were firing at you before. And it looks like Yarrick and his boys like descended with a help of a rope.
They weren't shooting at us though.
What?
No, when we first entered, like weeks ago. That ledge that they like.
Yeah, whenever you guys
Yeah.
first entered this place, there were orcs that were shooting at you from a ledge. The door to the west in the barracks
Oh,
that
yeah,
you're
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
eventually lead to that. It like curves around, but it eventually leads to that ledge.
I was just mixed up because there's that chasm that you were like that they could have been shooting at you and it would have been a bad time.
I should have done that. It would have been fucking awesome. It would have been like some Mines of Moria shit, but it's fine. Yeah, so the only unexplored place remaining is the door to the east at the end of this hallway.
To the east.
Okay.
Yup.
You open the door, and it is an empty bunk room. So let's see here. Barrels, crates, and sacks line the walls of this chamber. Among the loot, 4 oversized straw pallets and other simple furnishings show that it now serves as a bunk room. Let's see. Yeah, there's like tons of stockpiled goods here. You're looking at them, and Ninny and Solrune, both of you guys recognize the crest of Blazingdale, but also like some surrounding smaller towns, supplies from like some of the surrounding settlements and all that. Go ahead.
Guess we found it.
So let's see. Also, you find a old iron cauldron that is filled to the brim with gold pieces. It's 220 in total, which comes out to 55 for each of you. You guys.
And my poverty was really short-lived, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. And also, and they specifically mentioned this loot is not well hidden. Also, in this pot of this cauldron of gold, you also find a single topaz, a very well cut topaz actually, and 2 onyx stones.
Sorry, what was the gold total again?
55 for each of you.
More gold. More gold.
All right.
I want glamours. I want glamours.
I'm so glad that you've joined us in the Final Fantasy XIV world where all that matters is glams.
Oh yeah.
It gets better after level 50, because you're playing a Lancer, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
just got to 30, so I'm about to go do my first Dragoon quest.
Once you hit level 50 and do the final Dragoon quest at level 50, you get like the full, basically you're cosplaying Kane set. You're gonna be very happy.
You know I'm a Final Fantasy IV slut. So.
Oh yeah. I'm an 8 slut. Emily's a 13 slut.
I would do anything for lightning.
Oh, I love lightning.
I downloaded 13, like the whole 13 series the other day on Steam because it was on sale, and for some reason my computer will not download the program I need to make it run.
Damn.
I don't know what's going on. I have to find some workaround or something. But
I mean, if you want the first one on Xbox, it's a lot of discs, but I could mail it.
It's a big ass game for the time. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, Xbox 360, man.
So anyway, yeah, you guys have uncovered the entirety of the mountain door. Congratulations. Yeah, there's nothing left for you here. The only ways forward are either to return to the town with news of your victory, or you can continue exploring downwards. It's up to you guys.
Down towards the buzzing.
Yeah. Is that...
Okay.
yeah, buzzing sounds fine.
All right. Also, we're gonna aim for like I say 10:30 to 11 tonight, just so we don't go too long and Emily doesn't get grumpy at me.
Okay.
I'm always grumpy, you know that.
It's true. All right. So yeah, you guys descend, and I'm going to pick something different here, just cause. No, that's not it. I forget that I have to do it in the rhythm bot place. I love City Ruins, but let's change it up. Damn it. All right. So, you guys take the natural staircase down in the middle of that room to the east. Stairway twists and turns a long way downward. The floor has been cut into hundreds of shallow steps, but the walls and the ceiling are still natural rock. About 60 feet down, a rushing stream spills from a narrow crack to the south and crosses the stairway, disappearing into a narrow, winding tunnel to the north. The rill is only 2 or 3 feet wide. As you guys, like, make your way down here, so, I'm gonna say Morven has dark vision, Solrune has dark vision, Arctos has dark vision, and so does Spicy, but Ninny does not.
So if we're going somewhere dark, somebody needs to hold her hand.
Yes.
Do you want a seeing eye, Thorny?
Thorny?
Tree Fitty is a thorny. He's basically a dog made out of fungus and plants.
Oh, sure. I'll hold on him.
Okay. You know what's funny is that you're like 2 feet. I feel like Tree Fitty's big enough for Ninny to ride on.
But wouldn't that be like really uncomfortable?
Yeah, you know, it's an option.
A thorn on your ass, literally.
Yeah, he's called a thorny for a reason. I will let you give you like a seeing eye thorny, but that will not let her actually see. If you do want her to be able to see, you'll either have to light a torch or someone will have to cast light. And Spicy actually does like, I can like light your hammer or something like that so you can see a little better.
Wasn't it like mildly glowing?
It's glowing, like it doesn't shed light outwards. It glows whatever the color of Ninny's soul is, which I assume is orange for some reason.
Sure.
Yeah, it glows like a very soft orange that doesn't actually like shed light anywhere. It's basically you have to hold it right up to something to be able to use it as a torch. You know what? That's fun. If you speak the command word, which is written on in Dwarvish, Solrune, you'd have to tell her what the command word is, but this weapon has a name now. This is one of Durgeddon's many famous magical weapons. Let's see. This bad boy here is named...
Bad boy.
No. Let's see here. Your hammer is named Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp. So if you say that in Dwarven, it will activate it, and it will act as a torch. Not like actually fire, but it will like spread light. Because that's fun. Someone in this campaign needed like a fucking Swedish army knife weapon. I give one out like pretty much every campaign.
Yeah, dude, when am I getting my bow?
The one that you broke in half.
Yeah.
So yes.
Robin finds the pieces and manages to fix it.
Yeah, so Ninny, whenever you pronounce the Dwarven word for Will-O-Wisp, which we'll come up with like an actual word for that later, but you just say Ninny says the command word, and it will spread light within 60 feet.
Ninny says it go poof.
You know, it's funny, Itgopüv is actually the Dwarven word for Will-O-Wisp, so that's crazy.
Man, I'm a natural.
Yeah, so it's Itgopüv, let's see, it's Itgopuvv, the handpick.
Yeah. People who like actually pay attention to the languages and these fictional things are gonna be real like mad about that, but also like
Forgotten Realms is actually one of those settings where the languages aren't actually super written out. It's not Tolkien-esque.
I just think it's cute that Emily thinks people watch this.
You know, it's fine.
I think that somebody in this room might be like that.
You know, like it's fine. It's actually
I don't know any of your personal lives.
Yeah,
you could be like real linguisty or all I know. I know is that I don't know any goddamn words in the English language because I don't do good speak.
Linguisty and Leftern.
Anyway,
I am a computer science major.
We're
I don't word.
Now let's go to the
degree.
Yeah, we're made for each other. It's fine. Anyway, so here's how this is gonna work. Jesus, I kind of lost myself in all that shit. No, I think me and Brandon are the only like Forgotten Realms nuts, but Josh is like a disciple. Like, I remember Josh like had a week where he just like binged lore videos for a while.
Oh yeah, I did do that for a week.
Yep, and if you learned anything about the languages, you can shut up about it because Itgopüv is now Dwarven.
Absolutely could not care less about what they say.
Emily, if you look at the Facebook Messenger, I spelled how it is, so you can put that on your character sheet. But anyway, generally in Forgotten Realms, the language doesn't really exist unless the author had like a boner for it. Like R.A. Salvatore had a huge hard-on for the Drow language, which is why we have a lot of the Drow language written out. It's because R.A. Salvatore is a fucking nerd. But beyond that, like, it's really few and far between. It's not like Tolkien where he wrote out like the entire language.
Well, Tolkien just wrote, like, I don't think he did anything other than write.
No, well, Tolkien's whole deal was that he made Lord of the Rings so he had a reason to use his languages that he already made. It's great. So, Ninny, with, when you speak Itgopüv, your hammer sheds light in a 60-foot radius, so you can actually see. It's a nice soft orange, perfect for reading. And as you do, you notice, and you're a miner, so you know what, like, semi-precious metal looks like. This cave is actually like full of semi-precious stone and a little bit of like possibly like some gemstone like cracks and everything in the walls, indicating that this place was probably tunneled out and then kept for its natural beauty. Like, you get the feeling that the dwarves didn't actually mine from this location, except like to get through it. There's like, the walls are sparkling whenever light touches it. They glisten with flecks of semi-precious stone. The water that goes through it has carved out like delicate stalactites and stalagmites.
What's that word again?
Stalactites, whatever. Stalactites.
Stalactites?
No, stalactites. That is a thing.
Stalactites and stalagmites.
Stalactites, stalagmites, whatever. Pointy things from the ceiling and the floor. Fuck you.
That's a word that Tyler never gets correct.
Because I grew up in the fucking swamp, okay? I know
So did
Cypress.
I.
He's never seen a stalactite or a stalagmite.
I technically have seen one, but my parents brought me to Carlsbad when I was less than a year old, so I don't remember any of it.
I've been to Carlsbad as well. There are lots of stalactites and stalagmites.
Well, it's stalactites with a C in this book, so take that up with them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's how it's spelled.
Anyway, stairway twists and turns a long way downward. The floor has been cut into hundreds of shallow steps with the walls, blah, 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 rushing stream. You guys are in front of a river. Jesus Christ. Let me, give you a brief map real quick. But this place is nice.
It's a pretty hallway and a beautiful river.
Yeah, Ninny is probably like, oh, yeah. Ninny, you could do good work here if, you were on the clock.
Oh, yeah. No, this would be a very valuable place. But for right now, it's just a chill place. Because,
Correct.
I ain't got nothing to haul this back with.
So, the way that this works is that the cave kind of forks off into two separate directions. You have one that looks like you can cross the river and go downwards, down some more natural stairways. You can also go to the left, which will eventually you will have to step into and wade through the little river. You can take the dry way to the right, you can take the wet way to the left, excuse me.
Wetter's better.
Yeah, I don't know about you boys, but let's go swimming.
All right,
Did you say the dry path is to the left?
The dry path is to the right, the wet path is to the left.
Heck.
Let me just draw.
I'm gonna turn and face Sorun in front of the paths and be like, yeah, but we could go this way to the left and go on the dry path.
Swimming?
I could carry you if you don't want to get your wizard robes wet.
I'm not a wizard. And I'd appreciate you to not say that.
God, I forgot about that. I love it.
No, it's really good. I really like how this party interacts. So if you take a look at the map, you're in 15. The wishy-washy path is to the left, and the dry path is to the right.
Swimming?
It looks like the water it's fast, but it's only going it's only a foot deep. Ninny would be, it'd only be going up to Ninny's hips.
So it's like a lazy river.
Yeah.
Swimming.
It sounds like everyone except for Arctos wants to go to the left.
Swimming.
Okay.
Arctos, do you want to put my shoulders or not?
Look, I've been in the real life house for so long. It's so hot outside. I want to go swimming in real life. Let's go swimming in fiction.
There's just a heavy, reluctant sign says, after you.
Okay.
All right.
Soren will take up the lead as we go left.
Okay. So, this fast little moving stream, the bed of it is mostly smooth until it suddenly takes a sharp uptick at a certain junction. Not a junction, that would imply that there are two paths. So everyone who is wading through it needs to make me a strength check.
Uh-oh.
Anyone who doesn't have a good one can just hold on to me.
20.
13.
Nat 20!
Damn.
I'm so strong.
Uh-oh. I got an 11.
You still make it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a DC 8. I don't even know why they make you do it, but it's fine. Yeah, so you guys managed to get up across it, and Ninny, you you take Itgopüv and you just hammer into the bed of it and pull yourself up, and it looks really cool. And actually, you're so caught up in the euphoria of your natural 20 and climbing that your ears pick up some buzzing very close to your position.
Can I face where the buzzing's coming from?
So, it looks like... Let me look at the map again. It looks like the river continues going to the east, but there is a sharp fork to the east, to the south, a right, of dry land. and it looks like that's where the buzzing is coming from, in like a small side room.
I point and I go, "It's buzzing in there. That's where it's coming from. It's in there."
Well, it sounds like it's probably something that needs to be squashed, so I'd prefer we do that sooner rather than later.
All right, how do you guys approach?
Go to that room. Just go.
With a splish and a splash.
Okay, I have to ask. So whenever you guys make your way in there, you guys enter a small little room after you get out of the river. And so the first thing you notice is a very dead dwarf skeleton that has like some looks like they were equipped for an expedition, but most of their packs have been looted. But unfortunately, also what you notice is it looks like a kind of fleshy hive on the ceiling. And let me see, do mosquitoes make hives? I think like they kind of do.
No.
No, they don't.
No.
Okay. Well then,
No, they lay eggs in water, then they hatch out of the water, and
And then the
drink
babies
blood
breathe through
and
their butt.
yeah, they breathe through their butt. Their butt snorkels.
six sturges start flying out at you guys. Is what I'm getting at. So we can roll initiative.
I just look at Ninny and I'm like, this is on you.
I just finished my T-Rex
Sweet, I got a 3.
in Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah.
My T-Rex still doesn't have a butt.
I got a T-Rex in my museum, and then I built another one just outside of my museum.
Good.
Solid. Non-natural 20.
Of course.
Just
17.
downloaded Xenoblade 2 again.
I also
hate
have
myself.
17.
All right. Who tied for 17?
I got 17.
Ninny
I also
goes.
got 17.
Yeah, Ninny goes first because her dex is better. All right. There's Spicy. Who? Oof. Poor girl. Sturges. Okay, and Spicy. Then Arctos. That's hilarious. All right, Morven. There are 6 angry Sturges. These cross between a bat and a mosquito. Flying around this room, looking hungry for blood.
Whichever one's closest, I shoot a bow at. Well, I shoot an arrow at, but I use my bow to shoot it.
Okay. You shoot a bow at it. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Just thought about that image. Yeah, you can roll to hit.
27.
Oh yeah. Arrow just skewers it and like basically splits it in half, killing one of the 6 Sturges. All right.
That's all I get.
That's right. These things have no health.
Ninny.
All right. I mean, it is quite obvious what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take the friggin' pickaxe thing. Swingy swing.
All right, roll to hit. Luckily, this is a low like cavern ceiling, so you don't have to like worry about them flying out of reach. But like they are kind of hard to hit.
23.
Yeah, that definitely hits and kills it. So for reference, these things have 2 hit points. It's hilarious. And unless you have any bonus actions, it'll go to Soul Rune.
He can go.
Let's take out the 2 sickles and let's slice up some skeeters. Does a 15 hit?
It does.
Okay. That one takes 6 damage.
It dies. You slice one of them in half as it flies down towards you.
And I assume a 19 hits the other one.
It does.
And the other one also takes 6 damage.
All right. Yeah, no, you do the cool little Skyrim shuffle thing that they try to do in dual wielding in that game, but this time it actually works. And you slice 2 Sturges in half as they fly down towards you. Going to the Sturges, you see out of the holes in the wall an additional 3 Sturges call out of the wall, bringing the total up to 5. 5 remaining. So let's see here. We have 1 dive at each member of the party. So a 20 on Morven.
Oof.
Yeah, so it looks like they just really like elf blood so far. That seems to be the theme with Sturges in this module so far. You only take 4 piercing damage, but a Sturge plunges itself into your arm and attaches. Let's see here. On Ninny, an 18 does not hit. A Sturge tries to, like, lunge itself towards you, but you raise your shield up, and, like, its little snout kind of pokes into your shield, but it does not penetrate it. Soul Wound is an 18 hit.
It do.
Right, so you take 7 piercing damage. A Sturge buries itself, like, just above your, around your pecs, basically. That's number 3. I'm imagining a 6 doesn't hit Arctos, so he's good. But it is I already rolled for Morven, Ninny, Soul, Arctos, Spicy. Spicy does take 1, though. She's, like, trying to get away. She's like, I suppose this is a bad time to tell you about my irrational fear of Sturges, isn't it? And she takes 7 piercing damage and has 1 stuck to her. So that gives us Soul, Morven, and Spicy are having Sturges stuck to them. Let's see, at the start of each of the Sturges turns. Okay. That brings us to Spicy.
Seems like a pretty rational fear, honestly.
Yeah. Let me see here. Well, attach the Sturge doesn't attack. Attaches to the target. Alright. She's going to attempt to swing her mace at the thing on her arm, and she misses. Ouch. Arctos. You've got two Sturges that are flying through the air. You've got 1 attached to Morven, Soulrun, and Spicy.
So there's 4 left, huh?
5 left. 2 flying, 3 attached.
5 left, he says. 1 second. Let me do some Googling.
Oh boy.
Have to remember.
Have to kill Sturge. How do?
Sturge weakness.
You get 1 for
Literally
each.
any damage.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cast Magic Missile at 2nd level.
Okay.
And I'm gonna target. So there's 1 on Spicy, 1 on Morven.
It's a minimum of 2 damage, right?
Yeah.
Choose which 4
Sure.
Sturges you want to die.
Any that are connected to people.
Okay, so they're all free and don't get blood sucked out of them.
And
you
then 2
last-
other ones.
Alright, then, oh wow, so 5? Damn. Yeah, so you let loose, like, a flashy array of bolts as the perfect countermeasure to Sturges. And they all immediately disintegrate to the touch. And Arctos has killed the Sturges, my rapidly regenerating Sturge puzzle. Congratulations, that could have lasted a lot longer, but you did it.
Turns out Magic Missile is pretty good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and you guys managed to not have to deal with the unfortunate side effects of blood loss. Congratulations. Alright, so that does it with this. You can check out the dwarven corpse on the floor, or you can continue treading the river.
I'm gonna check out my dead kinsman.
Okay, it's a skeleton. He's been dead for quite a while. But a leather pouch on his belt contains 40 gold, giving you 10 gold apiece.
I'll say a quick prayer for him.
Say a little prayer for you. Let's see.
Forever and ever and ever.
Thank you. All right.
There's that phone call. Should be quick though, but I'll be back.
Okay. In the meantime, yeah, you guys can either continue down, wading through the river, or you can double back and take the other pathway. It's up to you.
What's that, Morven? You want to double back and take that path all on your own while we continue this way? Well, if you insist. I think we might as well continue on with this river business.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It is pretty easy to wade through it. You, after going through it a bit, you get the general idea of how it do. And you guys manage to. Let me see here. I'm just trying to double check. It's kind of hard to like cross-reference erasing it to where I don't reveal anything, but also I like, you know, don't I erase enough. That makes sense. Like that. I did too much there. But that ought to do it. Yeah, it's perfect. So let's see here. Yeah, you guys enter a pretty large cavern. The descending fissure opens up abruptly into a very high cavern. Its ceiling is easily 40 feet or more overhead. The stairway continues to wind down a ledge that follows the north wall of the chamber. A fast-moving stream, about 5 feet wide, runs across the floor of this chamber from the north and disappears under a low stone overhang to the south. And larger passageways exit to the southeast and the northeast. So you guys came from the river. And I'm going to give you an updated map here in just a second. But as you enter this place, and you notice, like, you know, how the other entrances work, it looks like either way that you took in the beginning, Fork would have taken you to the exact same place. So you guys are now in chamber 16. So yeah, let me see here.
Do you want to hug that northeast passage, maybe?
Sure.
I mean, it's closest to where we came out from the rivery.
Yeah, I mean, just doing a quick a quick look around. Is there anything in this room that we have to notice?
You can make an investigation check for me.
Investigation. Oh, well, I got a 4, so...
Yeah, you're checking around and... What's that?
Soul Room got an 18.
So, let's see here. Arctos, you get distracted by a particularly glowy patch of fungus, while Soul Rune,
that is pretty cool.
You're poking around here, and, while there's not really anything, like, immediately noticeable around here, like, you know, nothing important. It's mostly a natural cavern with not a lot of mess done to it. You do notice a what looks like an abandoned spear that has been left on the bank of the river going down to the south. And you could make a history check on it if you would like to determine its make.
I would like.
This applies to anyone who wants.
16?
Okay, so it's very rare, but the area around Blazingdale has been known to, especially if you live on one of the little pond towns, it has been known that sometimes troglodytes like to make surface raids, and this spear is pretty textbook troglodyte make. It's got, like, it's patched together with mud and straw and stuff like that, and particularly weak joints of it. Yeah, it's pretty textbook troglodyte make.
Fantastic, and I'm breaking it half over my knee.
Nice and easy. Not hard at all with your superior dwarven knees.
Okay. So I'm going to rejoin the party and say, hey guys, pretty sure there's lizard guys around here. What do you call them? Troglodytes?
I think Arctos is still in the corner, just like, Seal, do you see this patch of moss? It's so wonderful.
Me back.
Oh, that was nice.
Hey, welcome back. Oh, hi, it reminds me a bit of the Feywild. You know, everything, damn near everything glows over there.
Oh, very interesting. And he just, like, gets very sidetracked talking to his own...
glows down here.
More than all that happened was that they figured out that troglodytes are probably here.
Oh.
Let me see here.
Fun.
So you guys want to go to the east?
Yeah.
East. I thought you said
All right.
west.
You want to go to the easterly
I want
passage?
to go lefterly.
I know the fucking
Leftern.
the party goes lefterly is the fucking name of this episode. So anyway, by the way, I just want to let y'all know that unless y'all tell me that y'all want to approach something stealthily, I will assume that you are not.
I want to
Solar
cling
90%
clang
of the time,
extra
it's
loud.
What was that? What was that? Not Isaac. I couldn't tell who it was.
Not Isaac.
Look, like I couldn't pick
Oh,
it
I
apart.
just-
You know, all of us, Isaac, not Isaac.
It was very obviously not Isaac or Emily, so that leaves us with 2. Let's play a game of Guess Who. I think it was Brandon.
It was.
Tyler-
How did you know?
What Tyler's trying to say is, if you're memeing, shut the fuck up.
You thought it was Brandon, but it
It
was
was
me,
I.
Dio.
I was just saying that, yeah, you can generally assume that Soul Room's not stealthing.
Okay, I kind of figured, like, you have 2 people wearing chainmail, so it's kind of like, so it's kind of difficult. Oh my god, I need
Right,
to,
gang, let's split up and cling clang for clues.
I need to fucking, I need,
Clink for Christ.
I need to memorize, I need to,
Okay, but literally something my high school would have tried at some point.
oh my god, I really need to learn, like, the Ramaji for, You're Approaching Me. Ho, mukate kuru no ka. Like, shit, just fucking, like, pull that out whenever I want.
Nani?
Nani? Dio Jotaro. Oh man. Anyway, I just finished watching Stardust Crusaders a couple days ago, so
Never forgive the Japanese.
oh. Mercer did a really good job as Jotaro, boring bastard. Anyway,
I have heard that the only reason people like the Japanese dub better is because he just sounds so bored all the time.
Mercer sounds
Just-
pretty
just-
bored too, trust me.
Extremely Jotaro.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it's great. I don't like Jotaro as a protagonist. Like, he's funny and everything, but, like, Joseph was way better. And just oh my god, that's very good. Anyway.
Holy shit.
Anyway, floundering through the cold, swift stream, you emerge in a huge cavern. The ceiling must be 30 feet overhead, and at the far end of the cave is lost in darkness. A foul stench assaults your nostrils immediately. The remnants of butchered game animals hang from...
Alright.
Oh, wait, I'm reading the fucking wrong one. Wow, shit. Give me a second. Like,
No, continue.
No, sorry, it's fine, but, like, the
You get
caverns...
transported somewhere else.
The rooms are very oddly numbered in this.
We hit
is
a
all I'm gonna
portal
say.
tour, guys.
We got swept far downstream.
This was a triumph. Several passages branch away from this large, high-ceiling cavern. To the north, a carved, square-mouthed tunnel shows that someone has been at work in these caves. A gate of rough-hewn timber blocks. A gate of rough-hewn timber blocks a small passage to the northeast. 3 other passageways wind off towards the south. A heavy animal smell lingers in the air. So yeah, this is actually quite a large cavern. Let me see here, and I need to double check on things. But I am going to update the map again because there's a couple exits. Go ahead.
Heavy animal smell. So I'm thinking, based on the fact that this is a cave, it couldn't be a cow, maybe a bear. Definitely not like a cat, 'cause that's too light. That's a light animal.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
All right.
Hey.
Oh man, I can't believe I didn't catch that.
That joke was pretty
And
hard
that's
to
it
bear.
for tonight. On that joke, we leave you.
You
Don't
get
let your memes be dreams.
Just turn it into a grisly situation.
Oh my god. This stream brought to you by Taze on Day.
Actually,
unbearable.
The stream is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
My life is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends because I get ads for them every second of my fucking life.
Hey, dude, listen. If like I could get our fucking stream that only exists for our own review to be sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, do you have any idea how fucking quickly I'd do that?
Dude,
I feel
I
like all you have to do is ask, or just have it on YouTube for more than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Production value's gonna have to go through the roof, dude.
Fucking you'd be surprised how high my production values are compared to the majority of like do-it-yourself at home D&D podcasts are.
I was just thinking the other day that your art for the show, it's pretty good, dude.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, my art,
High
you
quality.
say, like,
Yeah, the art that he
Oh, I
paid
meant
someone
like
else
your
to do.
your thumbnails, I guess.
you know, it's you learn how to do Photoshopy shit over time. It's nothing. But anyway, please compliment me.
You heard it here, folks. Tyler is now accepting donations for us to continue this stream.
I mean,
Guys, I have an important question, and I only ask because I only have 15 minutes to decide. Do I go ahead and cash out my turnip so I can afford the chessboard, or do I let it go and pass on the chessboard?
I'd say you let it go, man.
How important is the chessboard to you? Because I have a chessboard in my thing today as well.
I don't think it's that important to me, but I feel like, especially with how much it costs, it seems like kind of important to like it
Well,
seems
actually,
like
how much are the turnips at right now for you?
140, and I bought it
That's
at
pretty-
102.
That's pretty
terrible.
good then. I'd say now is a good time to cash in on that.
Yeah, especially since you're probably nearing a drop-off point.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, I think actually I could technically say that this stream was brought to you by the United States government, because I absolutely dropped some of that stimulus check on a new microphone. My beautiful blue, my Yeti Blue anniversary mic. This beautiful thing where my voice sounds so lovely.
Somehow Tyler ended up getting a new mic before I did.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's because I'm a fucking closet audiophile.
You remain closeted, please.
So anyway, you guys are, if you look at the updated map, you guys are in Chamber 21. There's a couple, like, offshoot caverns and a couple of little cavern, like, hallways down to the south. You're free to explore whatever you will. However, the little bit to the northeast is blocked off by some timber that you would have to...
That's too bad, because I was gonna say it looks like a big-nosed Triceratops head, and he's going like, "Hey!"
Let me see here. Let me just double check that. Yeah, that's timber. Okay, cool. Yeah, so what would you guys like to check out, if anything?
Oh no! I see a man. I see a man in the map.
Do you?
21. It's got a big pot belly. The cave, the rounded cave.
I'm the man in the map.
Oh, you mean like in the shapes?
Yes.
Oh no, God! I was like, what? No. So yeah, you've got like a couple. You can check out the timber, like blockage. It looks like a crudely made gate of timber to the east. You can check out the little abscess up in the north, or you can check down some of these hallways to the south.
Let's go check out the man's head.
So like the little
Yeah, let's go look at this little north dead end thingy.
Okay. All right, you guys go there. Let's see. I'm just double checking here. This is 21. I'm sorry, just give me a second. It's kind of not really well represented on the map versus what they give me in the book. So it looks like this little place actually opens up to a tunnel that slopes, like, it goes forward just a little bit and then almost immediately slopes up almost at a 90-degree angle towards the surface. And you're actually like getting a bit of sunlight from it right now. Also, anyone is free to make me a perception check if you would like.
I'll make
Cow.
a game
That one.
perception check. I'm so perceptive. You don't even know, dude.
Perception.
I got a 6.
Perception.
Sweet. Nat 1, a 6.
I'm assuming Ninny's not making one.
Hey,
No.
I want Nini to make one.
19.
My name is Ninny. Okay. It's, you're checking out this little cave, and Morven, between you and Tree Fitty, sniffing out things, you're amazed at how you almost missed it. It's like looking at a cuttlefish, blended really well into the seabed. looks like a large lizard camouflaged up against one of the rock walls. And by large, I mean it's about 6 feet tall.
Oh, damn.
So there is a lizard or something that looks like a lizard?
It looks like a lizard.
But it looks like alive?
Oh, yeah. It looks like, as you're looking at it closer, you're getting, like, more of an idea. It looks more like it's a, I don't know how to describe, these guys, but, like, they're lizards with, like, very, like, broad, pectoral, like, they're bipedal lizards that have, like, very broad chests.
Okay, and has he noticed that I've noticed him?
No. Like,
Okay.
it's a outstanding camouflage job. Like, you get the feeling like that.
So it's 6. Is it 6 feet before or after the unicycle?
Anyway. Anyway. Actually, though, as you do get closer to it, I do need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh,
Is it gonna belch at him?
probably not good at those.
You know what's funny is that the idea of a ranger not being good on Constitution. Constitution used to be the main stat for the ranger in old editions. Like if you didn't have like a 15, you couldn't be a ranger.
Yeah, well, the ranger used to be a lot more impressive.
So this is a 6 on that saving throw?
Yeah, as you get closer to it, you just all of a sudden it just hits you how bad this thing smells, and you are now poisoned.
Damn.
And at that, I need everyone to roll initiative as the troglodytes start to move off of the wall. Oh shit!
Hey, I rolled a 19. I'm probably not gonna go last this time.
I got a 6 this time.
I got a nat 1.
Oh my god!
Oh.
So Arctos, Nini, what's your initiative?
7.
7. So Soul Rune got a what?
6.
Okay, so I got the order here. Nini, Soul Rune, Spicy. Morven is going last for once. Imagine. Morven, as you you're suddenly overwhelmed by the stench of this thing. It leaps off of the wall and slashes at you with a spear. Or sorry, not a spear.
It slashes with the spear?
Yeah, sorry, no, it's not. I'm looking at like the types of damage. No, it makes one with its claw. 15 to hit.
On Morven?
Yes.
Misses.
Okay, and then it's gonna make a bite attack as it gnashes at you. A 12 does not hit, and then a 20 non-nat.
Yeah, it hits.
All right, it's gonna do. It does 4 piercing damage to you. Let's see here. Yeah, it gets a little bit of like your shoulder, kind of like nips a bit of you. Let's see here. Oh my god, just saw it in general chat. What the fuck, man? The next one is gonna hop off of the wall and target Spicy because she is also injured. That one misses. The claw. The bite does hit, and the second bite hits.
Claw.
So Spicy. Let's see, 6 plus blah, blah, blah. So Spicy takes 10 damage as this as the troglodyte bounds off of the wall and just rips into her arm, and she kind of like, uncharacteristically, she usually always has a cool about her. She kind of like screeches at the pain. That brings it to let's see, Morven already. Spicy has to make her Constitution saving throw. She succeeds. Arctos.
Trying to think here. Guess I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast and Twin Spell it again.
Okay. I probably should have used the Legend of Zelda double boss thing, because these are literally like the lizard men from fucking Zelda: The Ocarina of Time.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my Tides of Chaos to reroll this first.
Okay.
This first attack roll.
What does Ties of Chaos do? Does that like force a roll in the wild magic?
I can manipulate the forces of chance and chaos to gain advantage on one attack roll. Anytime before I regain the use of this feature, the DM can have me roll on the Wild Magic Surge table. I get it back after a long rest.
Gotcha.
Anytime before next long rest, you can do it.
Gotcha. Love it. Yeah, and I've already
so-
kind of been doing that to you in the first place, but yeah, I feel like that's better.
The reason I did this is because I crit failed on the normal roll.
Mhm.
On the actual roll, I had a crit success. So,
Well, yeah, that crits then.
okay. So the first one does 13 damage.
13.
13.
Okay. Yeah, that
And the
hurts
second one
quite a bit.
rolled a 9.
Okay, that does not hit. The first one does. So 14 damage on one of them.
And then I'm gonna back up my full movement.
Yeah, good call. Ninny, you've got one very injured troglodyte, and one non-injured troglodyte.
Well, I'm going to probably finish off the very injured troglodyte.
Okay.
So that is a 22.
22 does hit.
And let me roll damage. Alright, that is a 12 damage.
All right. Did you do your plus 1d4?
Oh shit, no I didn't. 14 damage.
14 damage. All right, perfect. All right, yeah, you dig Itgopüv into its side, and like it yelps in pain. It makes the it makes the Ocarina of Time like like they make like that very distinct. Like if you've never played Ocarina of Time, you won't know the noise, but like it is forever ingrained into my brain. The noise they make. Ninny, also you need to make a Constitution saving throw as you realize how bad this thing smells.
Alright. It's a 6.
All right, yeah. The smell overtakes you, and you feel like retching, and you are now poisoned.
Wait. It's an 8. I don't know if that even makes a difference.
It does not. Yeah, you are now poisoned by the bad smells.
It's so stinky I'm poisoned.
Oh yeah, it's will probably be a good time for me to look up how poison works, because I can't remember if it's at the start of your turn or if it's at the end of your turn.
Poison, all it does is give you a disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls.
You are so right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Because they're like, well, yes, but like there are also some poisons that like do hurt you. So that's what I was thinking. All right, cool. Soul Rune, it is your turn.
Okay, let's cast Shield of Faith on Spicy.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna bring my Great Axe down on one of these lizard bastards.
I like how we've just given up on the the sickle thing.
Yeah, they kind of stink. 17 to hit.
17 does hit. You're doing it on the injured one?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, that does hit. Roll damage.
9 slashing damage.
Yeah, you carve this thing in half. Pretty much at the waist. Sending the other one into a panic, actually. But we'll get to that in a bit. As Spicy goes. And fucking crits with a, Produce Flame.
Maybe there was a reason we kept her around.
Yeah, she launches, Sacred Flame, dealing 10 damage to the troglodyte remaining. She's just like, that's my arm! That hurt! And Morven. Currently you're quite nauseous. But there's one troglodyte remaining.
I will bow it up.
And you will have disadvantage on this attack roll.
Yep. Let's see. So the first one.
Oh, Soul Rune, I also need you to make a Constitution saving throw, but you have advantage against poison, so you probably won't make it. I mean, you probably won't.
Non-natural 20 and 16 on the second one.
16
So 16.
16
does hit.
16 on my con save as well.
You succeed on the con save, and you do not get poisoned. It smells awful. You're able to tough it up.
Okay, so 7.
Is that with the sharpshooter?
No.
Okay.
And 7 damage, and then the ambush. Ambush is a 14.
All right.
Well, I mean, no, that's to hit the ambush.
Oh, yeah, it does hit. Sorry.
Okay, and so that will be 4 damage on the ambush.
Okay. Yeah, your arrow finds its home, despite the overwhelming stench kind of making you tear up. Hits the troglodyte dead square in the center of its chest, and it does not look great as it rushes past you guys. Ninny and Soul Rune, you guys can make opportunity attacks as it tries to climb across the wall.
I don't think a 10 hits.
No, it does not. You swing just short. Ninny?
Fucking swing. Yeah.
Yeah, opportunity attack is just like a regular swing.
Yeah, that is a 17 plus 7, so that's 24.
Oh yeah, that super hits. As it tries to crawl across the wall, you manage to get it with your hand pick.
That is a 8 plus a d4, that's 10.
10 damage. Wow. Let me see here. Yeah, you smash it across the face as it crawls past you, and it falls off of the wall, and its lizard-like appendage drops a small little iron key. Like a very crude iron key. And it is dead on the ground. So hooray! So you guys are poisoned, but it only lasts, let me see here, an hour, it looks like. Oh, until the start of the creature's next turn. So yeah, after a while you like kind of get over the smell and you're able to basically have your wits about you again. Yeah. Dead troglodytes, congratulations. Drop the key. And I will bring the calm music back. Skip. Alright, so looking at the map, you guys went to the north and found the troglodytes. There's still a little shitty, crudely made gate to the east, and there are a couple pathways down to the south. What will you do?
I pick up the key that they dropped.
Alright, it's a little grimy, it's a little stinky, but it is a key. It's a crude key, you know, it's probably hastily banged out by a poor smith, but it could probably unlock something.
How are we all feeling? We're still healthy enough to keep going?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm okay.
Alright, how about that blocked up passage to the northeast?
Yeah, maybe that's what this key goes to.
So as you approach it, yeah, it looks like it's shoddy, but it's like dense, like a thicket of just like bramble and assorted timber and wood that is like shoddily put together. A gate that has a very large keyhole, and yeah, it looks like the perfect size for your key if you would like to use it.
Sure.
Right, you open the gate. Opening it inward brings you to, let me look at my thing here. So as you guys enter, it smells bad, but in a wet fur kind of way. And at the end of the cavern it looks like there is a sleeping bear in the corner. And you guys see it is a, let's see, a brown bear. Yeah, it's a brown bear. It's sleeping in the corner.
Gonna look at Morven and be like, you deal with that?
I'd rather not, but I mean, I guess.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals, and I'm gonna gently kind of coo it awake, like, brown bear, what do you see?
Make me
Wait for this food.
make me an animal handling check at advantage.
I see an adventuring party looking at me.
God damn.
You're writing the script for me.
That is a 20.
Yeah, so it like grumbly like wakes up and it's like, whenever you do speak with animals, it doesn't speak back, right?
So you kind of cut out there for a sec. What?
Whenever you cast speak with animals, does it speak back to you?
I have to believe so. Here, one sec.
I'll look it up. Comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts. The knowledge and awareness is limited by the intelligence, but a minimum. Okay, yeah, they can talk back to you. So it's like, I see a group of adventurers disrupting my rest. Are you my food?
No, but I can give you some food from my pack here if you're hungry. And I'll pull out some rations.
And he's sleepy, but whenever you put food in front of him, it's like immediately chomping it down. Thank you. Now let me sleep.
Are you sleeping on anything uncomfortable back there, or are you all good?
I like the cave. The lizard men give me things to eat. It is comfortable. I don't have to sniff the bad plants.
If you wanted, I could take you somewhere else that would be comfy.
I like my cave. The lizard men bring me food.
Okay. There are bad plants we should be aware of.
Yes, it is dust from old mushrooms. Yellow dust.
Uh-oh.
I thought you were colorblind.
Common misconception. Don't be a fucking racist.
Mine. Well, okay
Old
then.
spores cover things, cover old treasures. If you hold your breath, you might be okay.
Okay, well, thank you. Enjoy your sleep.
I will. He kind of like curls back up.
Okay, so our hairy friend there says that there's old mushrooms that we should probably hold our breath around. But there might be some treasure there, too.
And the bear said it was to the south. Sorry, I should have said that.
To the south.
Alright.
Well then, let's head that way.
Okay. So, the fork that comes up goes to the left and to the right. However, going down either of them reveals that they join up later. Like, not far at all down later. But the path on the right... What's that?
What about that below the Triceratops with the big nose?
Yeah, the guy's
kind of-
dong.
Oh,
Yeah, the dong.
it looks like
Creepy dong.
it's just like a little cave outcropping. There's nothing in it. Like natural formations. They're trying to make it not look like a square, I guess.
Okay, well, I'm glad we explored the dong. Let's
Exploring.
travel down the
Okay, go ahead.
down the eastern leg.
All right. So the eastern leg has a fork turning to the west. So like right from how you're approaching it. And it's immediately evident that this is what the bear was talking about, because as you peer in, there's a room that is just absolutely full of fungus. Some of them glowing, some of them just regular like old nightcaps and stuff like that. and there are certain patches of the room that are covered in a yellowish kind of mold. In the center of the room, you see there is a corpse of an orc, and the orc has what appears to be a large great axe buried into its chest, and the great axe appears to be glowing.
Ooh. Okay, well, hold your breath around the yellow spores there, folks. And I will hold my breath, and I'm going to stride forwards towards the magic-y axe.
Instead of holding our breath, I'm gonna put a hand in front of Soren and be like, if I may, I have a theory. Can I attempt to light this on fire with, like, a firebolt?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to burn away some of the yellow fungus.
Okay. Let me see here. Yeah, it's actually stupid easy. You
can make an attack roll if I have to.
No, you don't have to. Yeah, you shoot a bit of a fire into the cavern, and it catches on the yellow mold and starts spreading outwards, and burns it off like a layer of pollen. It's super cool looking, leaving most of the non-virulent fungus remaining. Yeah. So all that's left is a glowing great axe.
Well, that was real pretty.
Yeah, so it's a common wise tale, I guess, that the whole mold is not the safest. And fire tends to deal with it very well.
I feel like we should hold our breath, though, just to be safe. I will resume my breath holding and walking towards that axe.
All right. So let me see here. Yeah, it takes a little bit of prying to get it out of the skeleton, the orc skeleton. But as you hoist this battle axe, it is immediately evident that it is magical. So the the way that it's formed is it is a excuse me. It is a great axe, but the blade is like inverse, so it looks like a moon, so to speak. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Let me see here. Just trying to describe it here, but it is an axe, and the blade, instead of like slanting outwards, is reverse. So whenever you cut people with it, you'd be cutting them with 2 points and then the cutting part of it, if that makes sense. But yeah, you've got a +1 great axe now. Let me see here.
I just imagine Soren turns around and is like, hey guys, look what I found, and like almost cut somebody's head off.
Mm-hmm. It looks like this. In the campaign discussion. So it's a +1 great axe. It's however much your strength stuff is, and it does 2d12 + 1.
I went to the general instead, and I'm very upset.
I'm sorry, 2d12?
I'm pretty sure great axe does 2d12. No, 1d12. Sorry, it was the ogre was a badass. 1d12 + 2.
I was kind of like, goddamn.
1d12 plus.
Wow.
Yeah. Sorry, 1d12 + 1. Sorry. I think one of my cats farted. That's great.
A strong statement to make in the middle of our D&D game.
Look, she's sitting right behind me, and there's one sitting to my left. It's just kind of the thing you have to deal with.
So I'm going to exit the mushroomy area, and then once we're out of what I assume to be spore range, I'm going to finally open my mouth and breathe and ask the party, is it cool if I use this for a while? This definitely looks better than this kind of stone ogre one.
Spicy's like, why wouldn't you?
I just pull out my bow and mime trying to figure out how to put this axe, draw it on the bow. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, and Spicy's like, that's got the, it's just like Ninny's little handpick thing there. It's got the Durgeddon Smith logo on it, so I say it's kind of like old man Durgeddon getting his revenge on the orcs over here.
Oh, no way, I suppose you're right.
All right. After that fungus room, the only way that this hallway proceeds is south.
Well, this hell.
Let me see here. So I will unveil the map as you guys get down there to easily the biggest part of this whole dungeon. Let me see here. Just trace that downwards as you guys explore the fungal caverns. Down, down, a little around. Sugar, we're down, swinging. Should probably describe it, but I just want to make sure I give you guys the updated map first. I'm sorry. This part is boring, but it is essential to delivering a positive experience to my players. Because there's a lot to uncover. Holy shit, there's a lot to uncover. You guys basically, like, everyone here has played Skyrim, right? You remember Blackreach? You remember Blackreach?
Oh,
Yes.
you mean that part of the game that I just intentionally, like, avoided?
Oh, no, Blackreach is like the fucking coolest. I love that place.
Until you get lost,
Yeah, but that's cool. It's like you got shit to explore. It's fine.
or when you're looking for that stupid fucking red moss bullshit.
Oh no, man! Like like the giant bell that you can Fusroda and like you fight a dragon underground. Like that's the most baller shit. Anyway, just about done with this map here. Perfect. All right. So you guys enter Area 24, and it is massive. This great cavern glimmers with faint phosphorescence. The ceiling is almost 50 feet overhead. Bright flecks and gleaming stone formations are visible in the distance. Patches of strange fungi dot the floor, including capped stalks standing almost as tall as a human and glowing puffballs almost a yard wide. High ledges rise 15 to 20 feet above the floor to the north, south, and west walls. Narrow passageways lead off to the north and to the south, and a flight of carved stone stairs descends from the western ledge to a path that meanders through the center of the chamber towards a small iron door in the eastern wall. Audible throughout the entire chamber is the sigh of a soft, cool breeze that rises towards the surface far above. Gonna give y'all the map here. Basically just like cut a giant swath through it. How's everyone doing on time, by the way?
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Em, did we lose you?
I'm here. I'm playing Final Fantasy 14 while I'm doing this.
I kind of figured.
I need to stay awake, man.
I wish I was playing Final Fantasy 14 while I was doing this.
I think we're almost done. Well, if it's so boring, you can just leave. It's fine.
Alright, bye.
No. Anyway, so yeah, that giant chunk that you guys just unloaded was basically this entire chamber. So you'll notice that there are like these scribbles, like these ledges. Basically, Area 23 is blocked off by a ledge that you'd have to climb, or you could take some stairs. There's also a passageway to the north that you could cross some ledge to get to, and there's a ledge to the south. So yeah, just what's your call towards all this?
I say we go somewhere.
Remarkable.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Ninny is the party
credits.
leader now.
Roll credit.
Your choices are basically ledge to the west, ledge to the north, ledge to the south, or a small iron door to the east.
See, let's go west. Technically, that would be our right. Let's just go right.
Okay. So, as you go to the right, you see that it's either you could take a ledge or you could take some stairs. I cannot imagine you guys wouldn't take the stairs unless, you know.
I climbed the ledge.
Okay. Make me a strength save. No, check. It's a check.
Do you think it might be acrobatic?
Strength. It is climbing.
Okay.
You're not dancing up the wall.
Well, it's an 8, so...
Yeah, you try to, like, futilely, like, get a hang on it, but it's a little too smooth. So without, like, a proper climbing implement, you just kind of slide down smoothly.
How big is this ledge?
It's, like, 20 feet up, but you only made it about, like, 5 or 7.
Can I try pole vault using your quarterstaff?
It's very high up. That's a hell of a pole vault, dude.
I'm just fucking with you. I'm gonna go up the stairs.
Okay, look, man. Listen.
Arctosis walks past him up the stairs. He's just shaking his head.
So whenever you guys enter the ledge that is up there, let's see here. You gaze into an extremely large cavern. That's every single description of any of this floor is an extremely large cavern. They're all super big. Faintly lit by natural phosphorescence, its ceiling rises. Wait. Sorry. Yeah, wow. The descriptions are even very similar. Faintly lit by natural phosphorescence, the ceiling rises 50 feet high in places. Crystals glimmer softly in eerie light. Weird, beautiful flows and structures of delicate stone grace the chamber. The western portion of the great cave is separated from the rest by a steep bluff. The ceiling here is half the height of the rest of the chamber. A couple dozen large stone sepulchres line the cavern walls, each carved with intricate reliefs and designs and marked with dwarvish runes. As you guys look at all these sepulchres, though, it looks like all of them, except for 3 of them, are open. And open, like, without a lid. The 3 that are closed have dwarven runes on them.
Well, let's read them.
Yeah, let's read them.
Yeah, 23 sepulchres stand here. The lids of the 3 are carved in the likenesses of grim dwarves in armor. Dwarvish runes on the front of each tomb appear to represent the names of the occupants or the intended occupants. 3 of the stone coffins have additional runes carved into them, and you read them. The additional runes record the occupant's date of death, and the great deeds the dwarf performed in life. Also carved into these 3 coffins is a warning that doom awaits any who dare to defile the honorable dead. The names on these 3 sepulchres are those of Borgol the Old, Garen Orc Doom, and Numik the Unlucky. And Solrun, you can make me a Dwarven History check at advantage.
Roll has got to be the worst name I've ever heard.
18 somehow.
So, it's tradition in, like, mountain-dwelling dwarves, where if you're building an outpost or a settlement in a very dangerous place where you expect to be, like, constantly embroiled in warfare, it is tradition to build caskets and sepulchres and graves ahead of time. Because it is generally believed that you will pretty much go out fighting almost guaranteed. So it looks like they didn't suffer a lot of losses, which you know not to be true, or that they just didn't have time to get themselves into their coffins before they were overrun.
Yeah, that checks out. I'm going to turn to the party and say, yeah, so I would assume that these have some dwarven heroes in them, and I would say we should not loot them.
Spicy's like,
Yeah. Bad idea.
Yeah, that's fair. That's respectful.
Extremely fair.
All right.
Gotta fight the rogue in me.
Yeah,
Playing a ranger.
You're a ranger this time, bitch. All right. Let me see here. That will lead you guys back to the main part of the Glitterhaim. Let's see here. It's getting a little late, and I think, so as you guys like cross back into the center of it and start like making your way a little bit more towards one of the other sides. Let's see. You guys check out the north or the south by any chance? Or do you guys like check out the little stairway to the east?
My vote is just to kind of keep following the edge, and that would make it go south, but I'm up for whatever.
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
Okay, so
Not me.
this little guy, oh yeah, that little thing. Yes, that's a little passageway down. So, you guys enter chamber 25. So immediately as you cross through the threshold of that little hallway, you notice that the floor is slippery. The thunderous roar of falling water fills this long, low chamber, and spray makes everything slick and wet. A fast stream rushes through the center of the cavern, emerging from beneath a crude dam of rock and mud in the western wall. The stream disappears into a dark shaft at the cavern's eastern end, and a rough
Could they
winding
have tried to make this room more sexual?
a rough winding path follows the stream through the east. And also there's like a little spiral staircase that you can see the beginning of at the east, that's running parallel to the stream. And Spicy's like, actually, she's like, well, why on earth would they go and build something like this? Unless, like, I suppose the waterfall must have sprouted out after they built it, but still, it's very strange. And she goes forward and, she assures her footing. She assures her footing at the, as she tries to make her way towards the spiral staircase out to the east. And she's like, well, it's easy enough if you're careful. How about we go and see what that staircase is all about? Maybe that will lead us a little closer to what we're going to. And as she takes another step to the east, she very much underestimates exactly how slippery that part of the floor is. She slips, and she starts descending towards the rapids on the other end of the chamber. And that's where we will end for the night. She failed her deck save. So I was like, well, that's perfect. So alright. How did everyone do? We had fun?
Yeah.
You guys are starting to see how fucking generous this place is with shit. Like, just 2+1 weapons in a single night.
That's pretty insane.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love this place. Yeah, does anyone, so, remind me, because I know that, that shit's gonna be weird. We're possibly not playing next Tuesday.
My flight won't land until 9:15.
Okay. And we'll be doing a Descent next time we play, so I think we were aiming at like a Thursday, was it?
Yeah, we might play some other time next week, but not like actually next week. Or
Gotcha.
not next Tuesday.
Okay. Well, either way, the next session's definitely going to be Descent, I think.
Yeah. That was definitely the plan.
Yeah. Anyone got anything they want to ask or talk about before we cut it?
Nah, I'm good.
That bear was very nice and straightforward.
So, that was fun because, if the troglodyte, if Nitty wouldn't have just head capped the troglodyte, he would have made it and released the bear to attack y'all. But instead, y'all got to meet Big Bear in the nice blue cave.
So, the only reason I know about the yellow moss thing is I literally tried to do that in Avernus.
It's not actually the same kind of mold. The yellow mold in Avernus is
but
like,
they're all weak to.
yeah.
So.
But like the yellow mold in Avernus is like insta kill. This stuff is just like a lot of damage.
I don't
A lot
think
of
it's
damage.
Actually, insta kill. I think the other one is a lot of damage, but the problem is it takes multiple times. So
Yeah.
like, our level, we would have been dead. So.
No, this stuff is if you fail to succeed on a DC 15 Constitution, you take 3d6 poison, and every turn and every minute after until it's removed, you take 5d6 poison.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay. Wow. So yeah, it's the same shit. So that was great thinking. It was meta, but it's fine. I feel like
I don't know what you do.
yeah, but I feel like burning mold is like kind of a given. Yeah. So with that being said, I'm gonna go get something to drink, and I'm gonna go start playing Final Fantasy XIV for a couple hours. I hope you guys had fun.
Might do the same thing.
Fuck yeah, dude. And I think next time we meet, it'll be Descent, and by the time we get back to this, I should be ready with pretty much the rest of the dungeon. You guys made your way pretty good through the rest of through it so far. So yeah, good job, thank you, and yeah.